With Phil stumbling drunkenly out of his bed, preparing in his head all the things he's wanting to be said. 19 minutes of Phil to Phil, with so much time to kill. He promised chill, but all he does instead is beg and chill. The stream's online and straight away begins to whine, but always fine as long as Shaz's benign and doesn't step out of line. His content's immature for all to endure like fresh manure, but I feel sure he ran straight to feeling so insecure. The money earned from yesterday was withdrawn and long gone, as Phil's spending impulse is always had to stay on. If supports are also slow and stays so low and fails to grow, you never know, the show may turn into an easy bingo. One ticked off across the board with charge to what because the squad can't be ignored. Just how much DSP makes us feel so bored to help us fight or sleep and try to keep alert to watch a creep who play bingo, but Phil will bitch and why his sheep are also cheap. While DSP is chasing green, we're seeing green across the screen as Phil's routine predictability rivals are so machine. It's not in burp and leaning ban, it matters not if factory fun is child can't see if ours make him feel less of a man. Takes a drink and starts his like before lunching into a big pretending there for bills when truth is dead to buy a wrestling JPEG. Talks about his shitty life with Collis cat and fatty wife and all his strife while forgetting that it's unwell and they were rife. With drama he will react but isn't act as a fact as he rehearsed to be exact and how he felt he was attacked. Teaches nearly over and awareness in sight with what to white despite Phil to light that tips were not white. We'll say alright it is okay and now it's time for Phil to play, but first he'll say that tips will help from being off the other day. And with those words we win again, it's never if but always when the game is won. Thanks to that we made it to the very end. Hey guys, King Janet here, and welcome to DSP Bingo for us today, Wednesday the 19th of July 2023. I do hope you're all doing very well indeed, as we have Phil's final stream of his work week before he has his most precious of days off, and there's a lot I want to talk about and discuss with you guys even before we begin. Phil was late to stream, he's already recently turned up to it, about 10 minutes later or so, but he's right now BRBing because he's gone to the fucking bathroom and not a shit apparently. Well, he said he would use the restroom, and then he kept talking in his chat. So, make of that what you fucking will. Is he actually fucking going for a quick piss break or whatever? Who the fuck knows? Last night, DSP had technically a stream which had $0 in support. The Street Fighter 6 World Tour Mode single player stream had a $20 tip before the stream began from Game Cooker. So Phil added that right at the start of the stream, because apparently Game Cooker asked for it to be added in that fucking point in time. But for the entirety of the stream, not one single person felt bothered to give Phil a single goddamn tip. So technically it's a $0 stream for him, because every single tip that Phil got that day was basically from before the stream being live. It was still an okay day for Phil in regards to support, because he had like $40 in memberships, and he already had members. He's up to 527 members, you know what I mean? So members he's doing okay with. Money, yeah, yeah. And Super Chat he's doing okay as well. Money, yeah, yeah. Money. Thank you very much to Brad Bunny for Super Chat. Says you're already doing better than DSP did last night. As I said, Phil had very minimal tips. He had no tips whatsoever last night apart from Game Cooker's earlier one. But in Super Chat, so he had like $45 or so. So he was getting this YouTube side support, which he's been fucking begging for the last several fucking weeks now. He's been begging profusely for the fucking YouTube side support, so there we go. But yeah, Phil's getting a whole lot of members again, mainly thanks to Nathan Smith, who just gifted. No idea where he's got fucking money from it, if fucking nowhere. But yeah, basically that is just going to set up a nice member drop next month instead. So he's at $500 right now, but he actually could easily dip below 400 this time next month. We'll have to wait and see. So, what else is going on with Phil in that regard, as well as his fucking really slow stream from last night? Well, interesting talking point. I don't know if you guys have ever been aware. Anyone remember the old detractor lore where Phil seemingly had a video on his channel of him grabbing his junk and shaking it? There seems to be quite a lot of discussion over whether this is actually a video that DSP made or not. Now, there's no denying the fact that a video appeared on this channel. I don't think we can disagree with that. But the common it's one of those things where there's definitely a debate over whether this is actually DSP or not, basically. Because Phil Burnell accidentally revealed his mobile upload code. Hold on, let me find it. Give me a second here. There is a picture here. So, Phil streamed one time, right? Not long before this happened. Phil shared this page. Let me just zoom in a little bit. There we go. So Phil revealed this page one time. when he was fucking streaming, he was making some sort of video and whining and bitching and moaning about something, and on that very, video, he had this section here showing, which included an email address for mobile uploads, as is how you did things back in the fucking day, which is kind of wild. So the general theory that some people go with is that, so of course Phil revealed this code, essentially, which you can change, you can click here to change address, whatever. Somebody uploaded a video pretending to be DSP to his channel using that code. And so, and obviously, also the thing apparently happened during a stream. Like, if you follow the fucking breadcrumb trail of like what the fuck happened and all that shit. There's even video. Have you guys never seen the fucking video? So here's a video of it. Is that really the sound that Phil would make, Jake? Is that a DSP kind of noise? I don't know. And as I said, I know there's a lot of discourse about it. My question to you guys is, do you think this is DSP, yes or not? Because it happened during a stream. Is some more lore behind it as well? This happened during a stream. Phil was streaming at a time, and then he had to stop stream and then start again or whatever, and he had to remove this video essentially, or just stop it from being fucking public. It is weird for this video to have appeared right in the middle of Phil streaming. It's like, how would that have happened? Who is it? David Davison. David Davison on Twitter. Am I not following him? Where is he? Fucking too many David Davisons. Hold on. Where did I track to David Davison? I was going to show you his tweets because he's got some screenshots and that shit, but I can't fucking find them. Ah, balls. Yeah. I was going to say though, there's plenty more things as well to show that it's like some interesting. What the fuck? Phil was in the middle of a stream. This video showed up on his channel. He cut that, that video was short on YouTube anyway, and he then dealt with it. And Phil also discussed it as well. He said Phil's story matches what people don't generally believe, that somebody uploaded it using the mobile code. But the question remains as well. I for a long time thought Phil just fucking forgot to make a video private, and I thought a video for Liana, So the big question, of course, is: do you guys believe that was Phil Burnell or not? So I'm going to make a poll in this chat right now. Like, basically, do you believe it's DSP? Yes or no? I don't even know why I'm clicking on that. That's a screenshot, of course, of that. So do you think it's DSP? Yes or no? So I'm going to make a wee quick poll just so you guys. But I want to get your opinion on that. Do you think that video was DSP or not? One other thing to consider is that the Chris Furtado, the mighty Furtado, has claimed on Twitter that Phil confirmed it was him, but he didn't say the DMs. So I'll do a wee poll, and you guys can decide whether it was or not. So yeah, mighty Furtado. So Review Tech USA was talking about it earlier on as well. I don't know what the fuck he's been looking at here. What the fuck is this? He's been looking at some strange things and he's looking, replying to some strange artwork. But yeah, he responded to Review Tech USA saying, "Wish I kept the DMs from the website, but yes, me and him talked about this when I was working on the website /forums, because Mighty Furtado used to be a moderator for Phil Burnell. I can confirm that is Philip Burnell playing with his junk." That is what Mighty Furtado said about it. Now he's a detractor these days. He's just gone for detractor. So a lot of that kind of stems from: do you think he's credible with what he says? Do you really believe these claims without any kind of evidence whatsoever apart from his word? Would you believe what Mighty Furtado says? That's what it boils down to, and that's up to you guys to decide yourselves. But he, as a former moderator for Phil Burnell, he's claiming that he talked about it was discussed with Phil, and he believes it's him because apparently, not believes. He apparently had Phil confirm it was him. So I don't know, make of that what you fucking will. And of course, Review Tech USA is fucking kind of laughing about this because he's found it funny for a long fucking time. It's just kind of funny what it's kind of this little fucking random post by the Ziggy Piggy on Twitter is fucking got a lot of attention, and it's like people are just kind of bringing up this stuff as well. It's like what happened and what was the full story behind it, and there's plenty to unpack there, that's for sure. You know what I mean? And a lot of people are saying it's Phil. Some people are saying it's not Phil. It's one of those things as well. It's like there's a lot of to unpack there. So it's amazing because you guys are actually 50-50 in the chat. The poll is a 50-50 on whether it's DSP or not. That is amazing. Phil's not live yet. There was one more thing I wanted to show you before we wait for Phil to go live, and that was going to be just... Have you guys ever seen the This Is How You Don't Play a Metal Gear Solid 3? If you've never seen Evil Age's masterpiece or This Is How You Don't Play, I was watching it earlier on, and like, this whole entire This Is How You Don't Play really covers why Phil was such a fucking easy person to kind of ridicule and mock back in the day. And I feel like I just want to play this wee clip here. You know, this little segment from it covers, like, you know, his incompetence quite well. It's a few minutes long, but really, I mean, some people are saying yes, I've seen it multiple times, but I was going to play it, but Phil's going to start. Shite. Phil's going to start when I'm even ready. Guys, if you've never seen This Is How You Don't Play Metal Gear Solid 3, Evil Age made it. It's got almost 3 million fucking views. It's almost. It's got 2.3 million views. I'm going to pause Phil right now, and what I'm going to do is share a link to This Is How You Don't Play Metal Gear Solid 3. It is almost 3 hours long. It is absolutely worth it though, because it is an incredible fucking video, even to this fucking day. And it really highlights Phil. Anytime he fucking tries to discuss, you know, how he's such a meaningful fucking content creator, everything that Phil tries to argue about what makes his content fucking amazing today, you kind of see in this video all the times he's a fucking bullshit and a hypocrite. Because there's things like Phil spoiling himself for things in the game because he's fucking reading what people told him, not shit, you know, what's coming up, not shit. So Phil's playing, he's not going into the game fucking with a blind playthrough. Never mind, he's spoiled himself massively for his fucking game, trying to fucking play the game. He's complaining about the whole game the entire time. He's ignoring about the game controls the entire time. He's ignoring the game mechanics the entire time. And he's blaming the game the entire time for things going wrong for him, even though he's ignoring the ways to help himself out. But it's incredible. And it's just generally... It really does emphasise Phil's inability to fucking play a game competently. And, like, he literally seems to, like, set out to do everything possibly fucking wrong. Like, he goes into a fucking sniper duel with a fucking shotgun, and he then goes into some sort of fucking, you know, like, and then he tries to, then he fucking wants to snipe some guy who should really use a shotgun on. It's bizarre, the fucking flip mentality of it, you know, but yeah, it is what it is. That end fight was fucking something special. So the link's in the chat for people that want it. So, Phil was going live right now. Let's build up some speed up juice, and then we'll do that. Let's spin the wheel. I'm going to end the poll now, by the way. You know, you guys, it is very close. 54% think it is Phil, but it's a very close poll indeed, you know what I mean? So we're just going to end that there. Let's spin the wheel and determine today's bingo card criteria. 69 votes, by the way, for the poll. Very nice. Jesus Christ. And so there's so much. Today was like, I mean, I thought, okay, I'm going to share Metal Gear Solid 3 stuff, you know. I'll watch this as a title play, because it's fun. $15+ in tips. Thank God I didn't do that for the fucking night stream. I'm glad I don't do fucking night streams for bingo, you know what I mean? Because I would have been fucking dead, you know, dead for the whole stream. But, Jesus, yeah, in the mind I was thinking, I can share this, I can share a part of this as I say, don't play, nice simple talking points, and then fucking Phil is like, this fucking topic came up with, fucking, you know, is that Phil grabbing his junk for Liana or not? What the fuck is that video? That topic came up on Twitter. And then as well, you got fucking the $0 stream from last night, you know what I mean, which is also a talking point. So there you go. $15+ in tips is what came up. Fantastic stuff indeed. So,
what does the sugar do in the sauce?
ladies and gentlemen, I need a number between 1 and 200. The very first number in chat I see between 1 and 200 we want to use for today's bingo card. So for today's final bingo of the week, or for Phil's working week anyway, what number do you want? Everyone's saying 69. I am not surprised that everyone said 69. I feel spiritually it is the most accurate number to use, and we're going with the 69th bingo card. The 69th bingo card is what we use, which is the 70th result on here. Fantastic. So the card on the left hand side is the one we're using for today's bingo fun and games. We've got Phil to use hateful slurs, him saying necessarily, schedule, him doing hand graphs. Now what are hand graphs? It is when he uses his hands to demonstrate something going up or down in numerical value. And Phil saying detractor or trolls. The second row is Phil saying unique, in fact, him being on defense mode, him saying business, and him being toxic. The third row is Phil butchering a word, him standing up, him snorting, him repeating the same point constantly, and him saying it is what it is. The fourth row is Phil saying you see, friend, him clearing his throat, him pointing at the camera, and saying addition. The fifth and final row is Phil saying shocked, Twitter, voted, him getting at least $15+ in tips during the podcast, or even before he starts recording for gameplay for YouTube, and finally him displaying some YouTuber jealousy. So there we go. I'm going to save this card right now, and also we can also just get straight into the bingo. The card's been saved. Fantastic stuff. Thank you very much for getting my bigger card. Hopefully it will yield us a fucking full house. It'd be great if it does. And yeah, okay, we'll just get the card set up and briefly go through the rules as well of the bingo game in case people are new to the stream. So if you are new to the stream, first of all, welcome to DSP Bingo. This is also where we play bingo. Just mostly covering Phil's pre-stream podcast antics, where, you know, the things he says and does, we mark up on a card and we get 25 out of 25 on this card. One of you guys can potentially win a prize for it. Now, first of all, how do we fucking win bingo? Well, there's a variety of ways we can get things ticked off in a card using free spaces. If Phil snorts 20 times or burps 10 times during this podcast, you know, before he starts recording for gameplay for YouTube, that's a free space. If Phil blows bubbles for his audience for getting 100 likes on his stream before he starts recording for gameplay for YouTube, that too is a free space. If we get 100 likes on this very stream here, not only is it going to give us a free space, but it also means you guys get to see the bubbles animation that Pixar animation is so very kindly made for us all to enjoy. There's a variety of ways we guys can get free spaces for the bingo card. As one way you guys control yourselves by liking the stream, but the other ways is kind of controlled by Phil and his bodily functions or his own chat like in that stream. And of course, we're trying to get 25 out of 25 on the card. If we do manage that, one of you guys could potentially win a prize of $25, but you've got to make sure that you've left a comment on the community post, which is linked in the description of his live stream. If you've never left a comment on that community post, you're not going to be eligible to potentially win the bingo prize if we do get a full house indeed for this game. So, with all of that being said and done, how about we just start the fucking bingo? Let's get into the bingo antics. Let's just get straight into it, okay? So, we got some nice speed up just built up already. I'm going to go straight into 1.25 right off the fucking bat, and let's hopefully get a full house today for some bingo fun and games.
Good morning, everyone. On today's show, we've got some interesting game news updates. In addition, we're going to talk about the results of a poll that you voted on overnight to determine what's the next game you're interested in seeing to celebrate my upcoming 15th anniversary here on YouTube. Plus, is Street Fighter 6 ranked play once again today? All this and more in just a bit.
I'm just muting the fucking stream because fuck that shit. But good start. It pointed at the camera and said addition. So there we go. I'm just going to leave it on mute until this crappy, shitey fucking podcast music ends. And here we go. Good luck, everyone.
Hello, everyone. It is Wednesday, which means it is my final consecutive streaming day of the week. Today is Wednesday, the 19th of July, 2023. Of course, I'm Darkside Phil, and I welcome you here to the show. How is everyone doing today? I hope that you're doing well, and I hope you're ready for some variety here on the final day of streams for the week. It's been a fun week of progress and variety and good stuff all around. And of course, I'm happy to bring more of that to you today. A lot to talk about today. There's a few game news stories that I'd like to give you big updates on that are kind of cool. But in addition, as you guys know, right around the corner coming up in August is going to be a big celebration of my 15-year anniversary as a YouTube content creator. And with that is going to come some special festivities. One of the things that we're talking about is doing some retro throwback playthroughs. And what I wanted to do on the spur of the moment kind of last night, before I went to sleep, is post up a poll and gauge your interest overnight on what you'd like to see more right away. Now, good news is, we're in no rush, and that poll just went live overnight. If you didn't have a chance to vote on it yet, you still have a chance to vote on it. It's posted right here on the community tab of DSP Gaming's main channel page. So if you haven't seen the poll yet, I urge you to go vote. We're going to talk about the early results of that poll in just a second, but that's just one of the many topics that I'll be covering today on the show. So how is everyone? Are you good? I hope I find you well. Final streaming day of the week for me. Tomorrow I'll have a day off, and unlike last week, thankfully, tomorrow will be a relaxing day. Last week was the complete and polar opposite. My day off already was going to be stressful because I had a lot to do, and then on top of that, having one of the worst vet visits I've ever had in my life just compounded the problem. I'm happy that's all behind us now, and now I can have a more relaxing day with my family tomorrow because I really need it. I need to unplug and just, you know, have a good time with Kat and Jasper and have some good food and, you know, watch some stuff. Maybe my wife will play a new game or something and I'll be able to, you know, watch her play and, you know, join in. I actually like that. I like when she plays a video game and I get to sit there and kind of watch her play and chime in on what's going on in the game and stuff like that. It's very entertaining and also very fun to share a gameplay experience, you know, with your significant other. So it should be pretty good. I'm hoping to have a more relaxing day tomorrow to unwind. And of course, next week coming up, we got more good variety of stuff coming up. I'm very excited for the very first ever expansion character in Street Fighter 6 in Rashid, and the gameplay updates to the game that sound like they're going to make the game much easier to play and much better, in my opinion. I guess we'll see. But we'll talk all about that in a little bit. I think what we should do, as we always do here on the Level 1 podcast, is we should start with yesterday and talk about everything that went down so you guys are aware, and then we'll talk about what's coming up today in the schedule. I actually need your help to determine who to use in Street Fighter 6 today, because I am completely on the fence. Really, like, I'm completely undecided as of now, and I need your feedback. All right? Cool. Let's do this. By the way, of course, yeah, another new shirt today. I told you that I bought several of these. I still haven't gone through all of them. I think I still have another shirt I've never even worn on the streams yet. But yeah, this is a nice one. The only bummer about this one is, as you can see, this piece of the collar, I don't want to button it all the way up. It seems like it's too, I want to have a little bit more loose, but when you get it more loose like this, now this kind of flops over, and you can see the inside doesn't look great. Yeah, whatever. I don't think it really bothers anyone, but, I like it. It's a nice shirt, and, again, in the vibe of the summer months here, I'm enjoying how aerated these shirts are. They allow me to play Street Fighter and not sit here sweaty and disgusting. Because when I play Street Fighter, again, my adrenaline seriously goes up, makes my body temperature go up, and I end up sweating. I really do. Every time I play, I get the sweats. So having a shirt like this is way more aerated and more cool and relaxing. So anyway, let's talk about what happened yesterday on the streams. First stream yesterday was Final Fantasy 16, and basically it's just more of the same at this point. You get a high, right? You get a really excellent story-based segment with cool plot developments, an epic fight, with cool icon bosses and everything. Wow, this is so neat. I'm having such a good time. Let me immediately have that ruined by 90 minutes of fetch questing that has nothing to do with the plot and could have been explained away in a 5-minute cutscene. It really is bad how in Final Fantasy 16, whoever the game director was did a piss-poor job of pacing and didn't understand that having entire segments of boredom in between exciting parts does not make the game better. It just pads it. And it's a really bad experience in that regard when you're like, wow, this is so good, what's going to happen next? Well, you're not going to know for 2 hours because now you have to fucking do boring menial shit. It would be one thing if it gave you the option to do the boring menial shit if you wanted to pad your own experience with side content. But it's not how the game's built. The game literally has things that should be boring menial side content as story-based content. It's pathetic. It was funny because yesterday, after we did this big major boss fight, right? We did 90 minutes of bullshit. And then after that, it went to another cutscene, and the cutscene was great. And I was like, so can you imagine if you're the game director and you were pacing the game properly? You would have had this epic boss fight. You immediately would have panned to the really good story-based, meaningful development cutscene that happened 90 minutes after, and then you would have just had a 2-minute explanation. Okay, so in the meantime, one of the characters was doing this behind the scenes and developed, this ship for your crew. And that's it. Instead of having 90 minutes of fetch questing to build the ship. That adds nothing whatsoever to the game. It was just pathetic. I'm sorry. The writing's terrible in this fucking game. Even the dialogue, everything's long-winded. The more I play it, the more I see the flaws, but then there's a good part. And I'm like, oh my god, we're back. It's like the summer blockbuster movie again. Here we go. Excitement and fun. Combat is excellent, and you get the fucking graphics are going, and the plot is excellent. There's twists and turns, everything. The plot, wow. And it's like, now what comes next? Sleep. So it's not going to change. Let's be honest. It's not going to change, all right? It's going to stay the same for the rest of the game. Good news is we're more than halfway through it. I think if we keep on the pace we're going, 2 major streams of it every single week, I think that we'll probably beat it by early August. And from what everyone says, the last third or last...
Okay, so you guys are trying to say, it's a thumbnail with Phil pretending to sleep.
Now what comes next? Sleep.
Yeah, that's a thumbnail. Phil doing his pretending to sleep face. You think that's a possible thumbnail? Because Snoot seems to love it. Snoot seems to love it as a fucking, a thumbnail, for example. I guess we could. I mean, at the very least, I guess I can fucking do a full screen for you guys to enjoy that. You guys can use it as a thumbnail if you want. I'm not when Phil intentionally does something, right? When Phil is trying to do something, he's clearly pretending to sleep here. Which is not usually how he fucking sleeps. Usually, we've seen Phil fall asleep on stream before. It doesn't look like this. I'm just saying. So, but yeah, you guys knock yourself out if you just fucking want if you want your thumbnail for it. I'm not going to bother personally myself, but you guys help yourselves to it. I'm going back to the bingo.
So it's not going to change. Let's be honest. It's not going to change. All right? It's going to stay the same for the rest of the game. Good news is we're more than halfway through it.
Oh, Phil, sorry, I forgot. Phil cleared his throat earlier on. He went and cleared his throat, then he snorted. Billy ticked off one thing. The snort, I forgot to tick off to clear throat. So we've already got a bingo already. We're fucking, the middle fucking column is filled in already. So that might be one of the quickest bingos we've ever had for getting a whole row completed. There's still a lot of green to go, of course, But that might be one of the quickest bingos we've had for a full row completed already.
I think if we keep on the pace we're going, 2 major streams of it every single week, I think that we'll probably beat it by early August. And from what everyone says, the last third or last quarter of the game is super good. Why? Because all the menial shit's gone. Basically, right now is the point of the game where they do that stupid balance, but once you get to the end of the game, it's ramped up and it's all like exciting at the end. In which case, probably the end of the game is going to be exceptionally good, right? Which I'm pleased, I'm happy, I can't wait. But it just sucks that we got to kind of go through entire streams where it's like, wow, I played 3 hours and 45 minutes were good, and the rest was a waste of my time. It's not good at all. I don't know how people are ignoring this, because people are trying to treat the game like it's an MMO. It's not an MMO, all right? In an MMO, the reason that those menial missions and tasks are more fun is because you're doing them with your clan or your guild. You're having social interaction when you're doing that stuff. So it's much better. It's like you're not wasting time. You're spending time with your friends while you're doing stuff. You know the best way to explain this? In real life, let's say you go grocery shopping, right? You go...
Don't you even fucking pretend you know what fucking real life is like, Phil. You fucking keep yourself in the fucking house 6 days of the goddamn fucking week because you're terrified of fucking going outside because people might fucking recognise the guy. You fucking keep yourself cooped up like a goddamn fucking hermit. You fucking go out and fucking... You think it's normal. Hold on.
Yeah. Money. Oh, money. Yeah. Money.
Thank you very much, Cody Taylor, for interrupting me. I was starting to rant there, so I'm glad Cody Taylor interrupted me. Thank you very much for super chat. He says he hates world building more than he hates work. He really does. He doesn't like his time being... I consider what Phil does essentially to be a waste of time anyway. In my opinion, the things he's providing for people is not going to be missed when he's gone. Like we ridicule him on a daily fucking basis. We fucking point our fingers at him and laugh. You know what I mean? We might miss the bingos if Phil's gone. We miss the bingos and we miss. It is fun to detract on Phil and use him as an example of how not to live, how not to do YouTube, how not to fucking be a husband, how not to fucking raise a pet, how not to fucking, comb his hair. He's a great example of how not to do a whole bunch of fucking things at one time. You know what I mean? It's kind of crazy. Given more was asking, Phil's hair is dyed, yeah or nay? I personally think he does get the hairstylist. When he's getting his little haircut, I think they do something to put some colour in his hair. Phil always words it as, I do not dye my hair. That does not mean he's not fucking getting colour put in his hair by someone else though. Someone else I think is doing his hair and putting colour in his hair to try and keep it a bit more black than usual. That is my take on it. Because Phil is very specific on the semantics sometimes, isn't he? He is very specific. And of course, if it ever gets fucking revealed that fucking happened, Phil's like, yeah, I don't dye my hair. It's not me that dyes my fucking hair. It's the fucking person doing my hair for me. They dyed my hair for me.
To explain this, in real life, let's say you go grocery shopping, right? You go grocery shopping by yourself. You do it once or twice, it's all right. Once you do it the 5th time, you're bored. I've already been to this grocery store a million times. It's not exciting. It's just work I have to do to get groceries in my house. But now do it with a friend or do it with a significant other, and all of a sudden a new wrinkle is added because it's fun. You're doing something...
Not fucking really. If we're going to the fucking grocery store, we're going there because you fucking need groceries. It's not some fucking day at the fucking beach. It's not a fucking visit to the zoo. No, you're fucking going to the grocery store because you fucking need to get shit in, for you to basically fucking live, essentially. I mean, if that's why you're going to the fucking grocery store, to have fun. So, are you like fucking having a grand old time with Kat in the grocery store? Anytime Kat goes with you, on the rare occasion she fucking goes with you for grocery shopping, are you having a grand old time in the store because you have some company's time? Does she take you to the fucking toy aisle? All these wee action figures in the toy aisle, and you can see all the fucking fun. Wait, hold on, mate. I know. She takes you to the comic book aisle. She takes you to look at all the latest comic books, and you get all fucking excited, and I was like, oh yeah, Kat's gonna fucking do the shopping for me while I get to read comics. Is that what it is, Phil? Is that why you have a very exciting time when you go to the grocery store with someone? Because Kat does the fucking shopping when she's with you, so you can just stay at the comic book aisle and read all the comics and pretend to be a fucking kid again? Is that what it is, Phil? Dumb bastard.
Something different with someone else who normally maybe you wouldn't do it with, or just having that social interaction with someone. Maybe someone sees something new on a shelf you didn't see before or whatever. You know what I mean? It makes it better. It really does. And that's why in an MMO, those menial tasks and things that you do aren't that big of a deal because they feel meaningful. When you're playing Final Fantasy 16 by your fucking self, it feels like you're watching grass grow, like you're painting a fucking white picket fence with white paint and it's dripping down and you have to recoat it, but then you have to wait for it to dry to put on the next coat, so you watch the grass grow while you're waiting for the fucking paint to dry to do the second coat. That's what it feels like you're doing with this shit. Like, why is it in there? Again, someone ask the game director these questions. Like, what the fuck were you thinking? This is not meaningful gameplay in 2023. Stop saying your game is 60 to 80 hours long when in reality it's 20 hours long with 60 hours of shit. Anyway, that's the Final Fantasy 16 experience for me, okay? We're going to continue on. I'm going to keep playing it. We're going to eventually beat it. I can't wait to get to the good parts at the end. Seriously, I can't wait. Now, last night we played, I almost said Amnesia the Bunker. Last night we played Street Fighter 6's World Tour mode. First time we did it in the week. We're going to probably do these once a week as a night stream. It was fun. Once again, we were exploring new areas. We actually went to the UK and met Cammy, and Cammy became a new trainer. We started learning Cammy's moves, so now I have the spiral arrow move, as well as her dive kick, which I don't even know what it's called in this one, but her dive kick. We ran into Jamie, but he's not a trainer yet. We know where he is, but he hasn't become a trainer in the plot yet. Maybe we have to do something else to have him become a trainer. At the end of the stream, we ran into Ken, who actually was undercover as a construction worker, which is neat, because that fits into the plot of Street Fighter 6. I don't know how many of you know, but in the plot of Street Fighter 6, Ken has been falsely accused of a crime. So he's on the run from the law and trying to be undercover, and so he's pretending to be another person as a construction worker. So you run into him at the construction site, and then he becomes your trainer. So that's kind of neat. And
hold on a second. This is Street Fighter talk. Bear with me while I fucking go at 2x speed.
outside of that, we actually did the Hagar's tournament. Like, there's a novice level fighting game tournament. Or not fighting game, but fighting tournament. And you have to do 3 qualifying matches. And we won the matches. It was cool. It was good advancement. My character learned a bunch of new moves, leveled up a bunch. Had a great time with it. Really did. And I like the mode. The thing is, I understand with Street Fighter 6, the focus is competitive play. So it's weird. And here's why I say it's weird. Whenever I play ranked, multiplayer, people are like, wow, this is great. And then there's another group of people that are like, wow, it's more Street Fighter. This is boring. So then when I play the World Tour mode, right? So people are like, wow, this is great. It's chill fun. We can have the chill vibes back of the streams that we can't get during the ranked multiplayer. And then the people who like the ranked multiplayer say, wow, this is offline crap. This is boring. So it's like a complete split among fans of mine of which kind of content they're enjoying out of Street Fighter 6. I'm seeing people show up to the World Tour streams who are on the ranked and vice versa just for that, you know? But I mean, I understand the major focus of Street Fighter 6 is the competition, which is why the World Tour stuff is basically kind of a once a week late night chill deal. It's not going to be focused on. You know, so, you know, it is what it is. I'm still enjoying it. I think we're around 9 hours in, and everyone says it's about 20 hours long, so we're vastly approaching like the halfway point. You know, I don't know how long we'll be playing this mode. Maybe eventually we'll pick it up and play a little more. But I enjoy it, and it's good. And the other thing is, as you play, you're getting unlocks and stuff, right? It's not like it's a waste of time. And, you know, I think that'll get even more interesting as DLC characters start getting added. For example, the DLC character coming up this week, Rashid, will be in World Tour mode when we play it next. Pretty cool. So, all right. So yesterday was a pretty good streaming day. Good variety. It broke it up. No.
Okay, I'm going to slow it down. Anytime Phil talks about Street Fighter, I am going to speed that shit up to fucking 2 times. I'm going to slow back down to 1.25 speed now, which is what it was on before. Warwick just says, remember the stream he made $0 apart from a game kicker $20 tip he got before the stream? That was last night, wasn't it? That was last night's stream where Phil got 0 fucking money whatsoever during the actual stream because nobody fucking wanted to see him play World Tour mode. Jack's asking what are hand graphs. Hand graphs are when Phil is using his hands to demonstrate something either going up or down in numerical value. That's the best way I can describe hand graphs. And actually, it's thanks to that description is thanks to Heather. Heather was the best one. Heather used that description before, and I thought, okay, that's the best way we can describe it. Hand graphs or something going up or down in numerical value using your hands to demonstrate it. Train's saying he made 0. Yeah, I know he made $0 on the stream itself, but he still will technically say it made $20 because he's counting it towards a night stream. You know, it is what it is. But we all know it was a $0 fucking stream for him for tips.
Competitive Street Fighter play for a bit, so people can relax. Like, oh, no Street Fighter today, right? Today, competitive Street Fighter. All right. So this first stream will either be more Lily or Zangief. Now, last night before I went to sleep, I did my usual research to try to see what tech could I absorb of Street Fighter 6. There's almost no Lily videos out there, and what I mean by that is I think people have collectively accepted that she's just kind of low tier in the game. And because of that, it's very hard to find, like, high-ranked gameplay with her. I find maybe, like, 2 good videos a week, if that, of, like, tech or someone playing her at a high level on YouTube. It's hard, very hard to find. Last week I had watched some of it before I played with Lily on Wednesday of last week, and I haven't even seen, like, a new video since then to watch. All right? Now, Zangief, on the flip side of that, people are making tons of videos about Zangief. And I don't know if it's just because he's a traditional character that's always been in Street Fighter. He is recognized as being pretty low tier in this one, in Street Fighter 6. And I think what it is, when you find someone who's good, like for example...
Why are you still talking about Street Fighter 6? I'm going to speed up. I'm going to speed up again. I'm speeding up. Anyone object to me going 2 times speed to get through the Street Fighter talk? Quickly. I'm going to go 2 times speed just to fucking rattle. The Street Fighter talk is mind-numbingly mundane and boring and god-awful. I will 2 times speed through all the fucking crap if I have to. Oh, hold on a second. I just got Prophet's message there. So, on the topic of hair, of Phil's hair, give more brothers asking about hair earlier on, right? Prophet sent me this. Root touch-up, 0 to 2 inch grow out. Root touch-up on all over colours that only need roots done, not foil touch-up, is $50 for 75 minutes. This is from Curls and Twirls. Whatever, you know. Hold on, I'll just check that. What did Prophet say? Yeah, a quick buzz lines up with the $66 he pays on average, right off of Curls and Twirls website. So yeah, I mean, a lot of us are convinced that Phil does get some colour added to his hair when he's getting his hair cut, which is why he spends on average about $66 every time he goes to the fucking barber. Or fucking hairdressers or whatever you want to call it. So, yeah. And I was saying, this is kind of backing up. So you think it's like, a quick little buzz cut as well would be an extra like $15 or so. But there we go. There's that. Do we think Phil does that though? Who knows? Who knows? But yeah, it could very well be that Phil's doing that. Right, okay, back to the bingo. I need to close some of these things. But of course, by the way, guys, we have autos. We have autos on standby should we need them. So don't worry about that. They're there, they're available, and they're goddamn cute as all hell. So there we go. They're there if and when we need them. Let's go back to the bingo.
For example, Snake Eyes or Uncle Zengi. There's like 3 or 4 very prominent Zengi players who are Zengi specialists in Street Fighter 6, and they get videos out like every week. There's 2 or 3 of these videos coming out, and each one's like 20, 30 minutes long. So there's a lot to watch. In fact, I ended up watching like an hour, and finally I was nodding off. I was like, alright, I better stop watching, I'm just gonna fall asleep. Did I see some impressive stuff? Yeah. Basically, what I'm saying is some hit strings that are good. Like his low light kick is insanely good and beats a ton of shit. So from now on, when I'm Zengi, when I'm close to someone, I'm mashing low light kick. And if it hits, you can hit confirm into a low jab, dash cancel, and now you have a mix up. You can do a 360. You can do another low jab. If it connects, you can do a combo. If it doesn't connect, you go into another mix up scenario. I saw some interesting combos, like the combos that I've been doing. It involves a lot of medium punches. It's like medium punch, dash cancel, medium punch, directional medium punch, and lariat. Well, after the directional medium punch, you cancel to the low to super, which is big damage. And then after that, you can do a juggle, or you can do a mix up. So I'm like, oh, there's some little tricks here, little nuanced tricks. At maximum distance, you can do this forward roundhouse, and if they block it, they think they can punish it, and they can't, and that could lead to you countering them with like a super. So I'm seeing these little nuanced things, and I'm like, okay, these are things I can implement in my game for sure. What I do want to do is if I use Zengi today, I want to go in training mode and play with him for like 5 minutes just to try a couple things that I saw. I want to mess around a little bit with that low light kick, dash cancel technique, and see if I can get it down to muscle memory. But for the most part, again, I'll say this: it seems like when Zengi gets into the corner, he's kind of screwed. If he gets into the corner, he really has a hard time getting out. I've been seeing even the top level players, if they get stuck in the corner, they get mixed up and they can't get out because Zengi doesn't have a reversal. How do you get out of the corner with this character? It seems like you can't. You have to stay mid screen and you have to stay on the offensive in their face so they don't push you to the corner. If you get pushed to the corner, it's almost the end of the game guaranteed every time. So what a detriment to this character to not have a way out of a corner. You know what I mean? Anyway, so either character, Lily or Zangief, I'm happy with. It's up to you guys what you want. I'm definitely willing to hear your feedback. If you look at, the characters I've been using, I definitely used Lily last Wednesday. I didn't get to play with her as much as I wanted. It was less than 2 hours because the servers went down, if you remember. Zangief, I haven't played with in a little longer. So maybe Zangief today. The thing is, no matter what I do today, I'm doing the other character on Friday anyway. So it's not like, oh, if I play one today, that's it. I'm not going to see the other character for a while. So it's not that big of a deal. It's just a question of what order you want, right? So there you go. A lot of people in the chat are saying Zangief. Yes, do Zangief, please, Zangief. There you go. People really want the Giefster. I'll probably give you the gift of Gief today. Would you like the gift of Gief? Would you like to receive the delicious gift of the Russian grappler, spinning people around, slamming them, punching them, putting his arms out like this, and spinning like a tornado, striking everything around him in a radius? Nope. Would you like to see that? Well, too bad. No, I give my viewers what they want. If you guys want the gift of Gief, I'll give you the gift of Gief. Yes, people want the gift of Gief today. Yes, please. They say, wow. Goldfish wants to get pile drive by Zengi. Now that could be taken another way, so you better watch your language there. You're phrasing, as they would say on Archer. But yeah, all right. Very nice. You didn't know how to say Chakotay until you watched El Chakotay's guides. Chakotay from Star Trek Voyager. You didn't know Chakotay? He's cool. He's the second in command of the ship. Anyway, I don't know what I had to do with anything.
Okay, I think the Street Fighter talk's finished, which means I can slow down. We got through the fucking boring Street Fighter talk. Hopefully he's done with it. And we're going to 1.25 speed once again. If he starts to bullshit Street Fighter talk again, I will go back to 2 times speed. I swear to fuck.
Alright, so maybe today we'll do the gift of Gief, and that means probably sometime on Friday we'll play with Lily. We'll talk about that in a second, alright? The late stream tonight.
Oh, the hell you will. Why? No, why are you talking about it in a second? Fuck off. Just get on with the fucking rest of the schedule. Nobody cares.
Alright, 6:45 p.m. Pacific time. Amnesia I don't know why I just did that on my leg. Amnesia the Bunker tonight on the late stream. Yes, we are approaching the end game. We basically have to go to the arsenal. We have all the tools in the game now. So we have to go to the arsenal. We have to continue through. There were some rats that were in our way that we can maybe get rid of now, all right? Because now we have the ability to make like Molotov cocktails or torches. So we can get the rats out of the way and investigate fully. There was a door we got to that we needed bolt cutters. We didn't have it. Now we can bolt cut that door open. And I believe there also might have been a grating that we couldn't open because we didn't have the wrench. Now we have the wrench. So we can fully investigate the arsenal, and I think that's where the story is pushing us to say, oh, that's where the dynamite is. That's how you can blow the entrance of the bunker open and escape. But as I said, when it comes to these Amnesia games, there's always a wrinkle, there's always a twist, there's always something at the end. You think you're good, and then something happens. So I get the feeling that even though we think that this is the end of the game, this is not going to be the end of the game. That something's going to happen, and there's going to be more to it. So we'll see. Oh, but that's tonight's late stream. I hope you'll join me. Last time we played was great. A lot of people showed up. There was support. Everything went well. Since it is endgame and possible conclusion, I'm hoping people will show up tonight for this stream. We'll see. Okay? I'm off from streaming tomorrow. It is my day off, as I've already mentioned. I'm going to be relaxed with my family, hopefully having a great time. I hope that you guys have a good day tomorrow. Now, I will ask you a favor. If you happen to watch any content here on this channel or over on DSP Reacts, please engage with the content. If you're enjoying the video, please give it a like. And if you're enjoying the video, please leave a comment. Even if it's an inane comment, like, I'm just commenting to help for the algorithm. That helps the channel.
Yeah, desperate fucking bastard, man. How fucking greedy and needy do you fucking have to be? Please fucking leave meaningless comments on my fucking content so I can fucking artificially get growth on the algorithm. It feels weird you're trying to fucking negate YouTube's fucking natural way of trying to promote videos and content by asking and begging for people to just randomly put comments in videos that don't have any fucking meaning to them. It does feel like that should be questionable for you to fucking ask that from your audience. But let's be honest, yeah, YouTube don't give a fuck.
And I need that level of help. This channel doesn't get any promotion. This channel does not very frequently show up in YouTube search. All right? It is your engagement on my content that will propel this channel back up. And let's be honest, in the last month, there hasn't been a lot going on in the realm of new releases. So views are down on the channel, and there's nothing I can do about that. Likely that will continue throughout the summer months. It's going to be different when all the new games start coming out in the fall. Then things will be propelled back up. But in the meantime, your engagement helps this channel a lot. So if you could do me that favor, I would very much appreciate it.
What is in it for the people? What do the people get from that? Nothing at all, as usual, from Phil Burnell.
Excuse me. I had to get a little bit of a refreshment there. Now, speaking of DSP Reacts, I released a new video last night. How many of you were aware that I released a new review on DSP Reacts last night? If you're aware, thanks. I wish more people knew, because I released my review of Dungeons & Dragons Honor Among Thieves, the Dungeons & Dragons movie from a few months ago, all right? Now, I don't want to spoil my review, but all I'm going to say is I really liked this movie. I thought it was very good, and that's all I'm going to say, because I want you to watch the review, obviously. I was surprised at how good it was. It's actually one of my favorite movies in a while, all right? And I really enjoyed it, but sadly, some comments are being left on the video saying that the movie didn't do well, and it's probably nothing's going to come of it. And I was like, you got to be kidding me. So a movie comes along that out of left field is super duper good. It's well produced. Everything about the movie I enjoyed. Practical effects. And oh, well, the movie didn't do well, so there's not going to be anything else coming. I'm like, fuck! Come on! You know, coming off of the Super Mario Brothers movie, which I reviewed and didn't really like, there's probably going to be 17 more of those. But the movie that I did like, oh, it didn't do well.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Hold on, hold on. Barrett Wells is saying that Phil thinks that the black actor was Will Smith's kid because that kid was black and he had the surname Smith. You gotta be shitting me. Are you for real? Nah, I need to fucking check this out. I know, hold on. Normally I wouldn't give a shit about his fucking shitty react content, but hold on. Has he actually fucking made that fucking connection? Hold on, hold the fuck on. I clicked the wrong thing. Do I click on multiplayer? There we go. I'll just click on default view. There we go. Right, where's the transcript? Right, let's search for Smith in the transcript, shall we? I like the comment. The comment actually fucking has Justice Smith isn't related to Will Smith, so you know. Oh my god. Okay, hold on. Here we go. This is part of the review. Let's see if I'll say it.
First time I'd ever seen Justice Smith, he's one of the children of Will Smith, act. I thought he was spot on great.
So why does Phil think that this is Will Smith's child? Is there any reason? Is there any particular reason why Phil assumes that this is Will Smith's child? Apart from the fact that they share the same surname of Smith, which is one of the most common surnames in the Western world. Jesus Christ, man! I've got one of my best pals growing up. His surname is Smith. Is he related to Will Smith too? No, he's wait, he can't be. Oh, okay then. Jesus Christ, man! Hold on. I need one more time. I need to see that shit.
Role of like a scoundrel con man. First time I'd ever seen Justice Smith, he's one of the children of Will Smith, act. I thought he was spot on great. So really good. Oh my god, Michelle Rodriguez. I haven't seen her since the Resident Evil movie, the original.
Jesus fucking Christ. Okay. Fuck off. That's like I don't usually even fucking I don't even usually rate Phil's videos, but yeah, I'm giving that shit a dislike. You racist bastard. What a racist piece of shit. The only reason I can think he's thinking that they're related is because they're both black and they both have a surname Smith. Like, what else? What else could you possibly be? Why does he assume that? Jesus Christ, hold on a second, hold on. Jesus. Puddy has screenshotted something from today's stream. He said this is too good to pass up, so Phil made a sort of face earlier on, and Puddy says it was too good to pass up, so there we go. Potential thumbnail for people there. Anyway, let's just get on with bingo. Let's crack on with bingo. But yeah, Phil, just to clear it up, Justice Smith and Will Smith are not related.
Anyway, please check out the review and leave comments. Let me know what you think, if you agree or disagree with me. But super duper good movie in my opinion. I had a lot to say about it, so please give it a look, okay? Very good. All right. On Friday when I come back, it's Street Fighter Friday. So that means it's Street Fighter all day long. Normally on Street Fighter Friday, I would try to use a new character. However, we have a new character coming out on Monday, the first DLC character, Rashid. And since Rashid is coming out on Monday, it makes more sense to wait until Monday to do my new character for the week. So, on Friday, we won't be doing a new character. Instead, excuse me, instead, I'll be doing a combination of characters I've already used. Since today it sounds like we're using Zangief, I would guess that probably one of those streams I'm going to use Lily, and I'm actually leaning on the other stream to use Luke. Now, Luke is in Diamond. But for some reason, I'm getting wins. So we'll see. I mean, but I think maybe probably those two characters will be the two that I play on Friday, and that'll split it up, be good variety, two completely different characters in ranked, and see if I can level up. You know, my goal now is not only to get, you know, certain characters into Diamond, but also get others as well. I don't think I'm ever going to get like 10 characters to master rank. Let's be honest here. It's probably never going to happen. But at least if I have a few characters who I'm enjoying and I'm doing decently with, that's going to give me variety in my gameplay and allow me to kind of, you know, expand my horizons of what I'm doing with the game, as opposed to these one character specialists who literally just play one character the entire time they're playing the game competitively. I don't really agree with that. I like having variety, so probably we'll do those two characters on Friday. Saturday will be more Final Fantasy 16. Saturday night's late stream is up in the air, and the reason I say that, it depends on Amnesia. If we beat Amnesia tonight, then we have freedom to do whatever we want on Saturday night. But if we didn't beat Amnesia tonight, we need another late stream, we'll beat it on Saturday night. Okay? Sunday, DSP versus the Internet, my weekly React show. And Sunday night, we're going to be doing another fan lobby. Now, I guess the question here is, should we do another nice casualized lobby like we did last week? That seemed to go really well. Everyone went in and played with whoever they wanted. I was doing casual, play with a lot of variety of characters, right? And it went really well. I mean, if you took a look at my win-loss record, correct? It was like 40 wins and like 25 losses. And that was...
Phil, I thought you were going to promise fucking like try-hard nights. You've had all these fucking like casual fucking nights now. You've had two of them in a fucking row. Come on, Phil. You promise your audience try-hard nights to fucking bring their best to try and beat the best in Phil Burnell. Also, yeah, I'm going to fast forward the shit because it is Street Fighter talk, and Phil is boring when he talks about Street Fighter.
It's fine, because I was using characters I wasn't that good with. It was good variety. Or we could do the idea that we had, the DSP versus the world stream, in which case I'm basically just going to pick my best characters, probably like Blanca, maybe Luke, and that's it. And I'm going to play as hard as I can to try to win every single match. The bummer about that is I might end up winning, you know, almost all night, in which case it's not going to be that...
Oh my god. He thinks he's going to win all night if he fucking does try hard against his fans. And all that shit. No. People, no way. I don't think so. Phil thinks he's going to win like 90% of his fucking matches if it is a try-hard night. Maybe against fucking people like Jade, perhaps. But nah, sometimes you get fucking people on this on these fucking you know, lobbies where they just turn up to fuck your shit up.
Entertaining. It's better when there's a chance, because I'm using a character I'm not great with, right? Like Dalsim or Ryu, I'm not very good with those characters. I like them, but I'm probably going to lose a lot more when I pick them. If I just keep picking my best characters, likely what's going to end up happening is I'm going to win a lot, and people are going to go, oh, this is boring. Phil's just beating up on everyone. And you're right, like, I don't really get entertainment out of that. I'm just being honest here. I don't get entertainment out of that. I would much rather give everyone a fighting chance than just pick my main character who I'm in freaking diamond ranking with. You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of stupid in my opinion. But it depends on what people want. I'm going to let people tell me over the course of the week what they feel they want to see. All right? If you're someone who's enjoyed the casualized content, maybe you want to play me, and you know you're not, you know, playing the game hardcore, you're not great at it, you probably want the more casualized fan lobby. But if you're
Can you imagine Phil rocking up to his fucking tryhard lobby and there's like every single person in there has like a master character? And Phil just bitches and whines, oh, you fuckers are master, this is not fair, I'm only a diamond and you guys are master, you fucking sad no-life bastards. Oh, shit, you would lose his fucking tiny mind if you had to fucking, like, a full lobby full of master fucking rank fighters just tearing the shit apart over and over again.
someone who basically wants to see the high-level gameplay, then maybe you want the, I don't know, you let me know, alright? So, let's go from there. And you know, play it by ear, but I'll listen to your feedback over the week, okay? And the rest of the week, again, will be balanced. There'll be ranked gameplay on the daytime streams. There'll be Final Fantasy also alternated. But Monday, the 24th of July, is the release day of Rashid. And he's a brand new character. You know, he was in Street Fighter 5, but much like a lot of characters, looks like he's been completely redesigned for Street Fighter 6. I want to play with him all day, so we're going to do, on the day stream, his guide, his combo trials, and then go online and try to learn his character and try to rank him up. But in addition, there's a big change coming on Monday. They're changing the gameplay of Street Fighter 6. They're making it so that now you can do drive rush cancels with 2 buttons instead of a dash input. For me, I'm gonna be honest, this is gonna help me tremendously. Because, you know, a lot of the times I try to do drive rush canceling, it drops. I do the input, and it doesn't come out. And I'm like, man, that would have been key to get the drive rush right there, and be able to continue my combo or keep the pressure going. And I swear I'm doing a dash input, and sometimes it just doesn't come out. It might be because, you know, what if you're down backing, and you throw out a kick, and it connects? Oh, dash cancel. When I go from down, back, forward, and that takes more time to input than say, oh, it connected, just press 2 buttons together. You see? I've been hoping that they would do this, and then they did it. So that's awesome. So starting Monday, dash canceling, drive, it's actually called drive rush canceling. It's gonna be way easier, alright? So I'm excited for this. I'm gonna see how this implements, not only with Rashid, but I feel like this is gonna improve my gameplay with several different characters who I probably could be playing better with if I could drive rush cancel more consistently, and now I think I'm gonna be able to, okay?
We have another bingo because Phil said, you see. Oh, there we go. Fantastic stuff indeed. Phil, I'm a fucking mailman. Just, Phil, stop talking about Street Fighter. Stop talking about Street Fighter. We're bored of Street Fighter talk. Stop it. I'm on 2 times speed because you won't shut the fuck up about Street Fighter. For the love of God, move on from Street Fighter.
That's Monday, and like I said, Tuesday, Wednesday, we'll balance it. Now, remember, coming up at the end of the month, we've got a very
Okay, we can slow down. We can slow down now. Temporarily, we can fucking slow down anyway, because he's now talking about his end of the month stuff.
special event coming up. The Dark Side of Machinima event. It's a long-form React event on my sister channel, DSP Reacts. It'll be a marathon day, all day that day, where it's going to be a variety of content. Number one, I'm going to be watching the June the King documentary on Machinima and live commenting on it, adding, you know, adding all my takes and stuff on what happened with Machinima that he covers in his documentary. But in addition, being that I was one of the longest running partners of Machinima, over 6 years I was with this company, I have a wealth of information, a bunch of emails I've saved, stories to tell. I can tell you about how I first teamed up with Machinima, their attitude when I first started with them, how their attitudes changed over the course of a couple of years after I started with them. I can't wait to tell you the full story of my whole trip to E3 and how that went, because it was fucking bizarre. To say the least, it was really weird, all right? It was like, okay, I want to spoil. That's what we're going to do that day, okay? And then, you know, contract renegotiations and things that happened over time. When YouTube all of a sudden overnight flipped the content ID switch and people were rushing to get their content under managed partnerships, and how I helped people with that, with Machinima and stuff like that. The whole fiasco when DSP Gaming was hit with false copyright strikes, and how Machinima handled that by talking with YouTube and advising me to do stuff that literally destroyed my channel. Yes. So there you go. And more stuff. There's just so much to talk about. My falling out with Machinima when eventually I broke up with them, right? And we had a big tearful.
They dumped your ass, Phil. They said, okay, bye then, after you demanded fucking unreasonable things.
Breakup. I'll tell the whole story. So it'll all be together in one event. The whole history of me with Machinima, but also, you know, it's going to paint a better picture of what this company was.
I would have more respect for Phil's opinions on this fucking thing if he was actually going to show evidence of these emails. Phil said he's going to print off his emails and read them out. That is not evidence. He has not shown these emails. There's going to be no evidence shown from these fucking emails from Phil Burnell. So we're going to have to essentially take his word for it, which I don't fucking agree with, you know? I think it's kind of a shite way to fucking go about things. But that's what it fucking is.
Because no one's really done that. I've looked all over YouTube. Almost no one has ever really talked about it. It's kind of like, meh, but, you know, it's a story that needs to be told. It's a company that was so bizarre that, you know, the way that they rose and then fell. And I want to talk about my experiences with them. It's going to be a great day-long event of just chilling, me telling stories and us having fun interactions. I got some swag and shit to show you that's Machinima related, which is hilarious that I still have it. We'll probably order some food that day, do the next episode of Feasting with Phil, which is my mukbang show, I guess you could call it. Yeah, we'll do all that stuff. It's going to be good, all right? So I hope you'll join me for that day. It's going to be a great day. That's Saturday, July 29th, and that's exclusively over on DSP Reacts all day long, all right? And then we're going to be doing fun anniversary-related things once August hits. And that's where we're heading now with my next topic of the show today is overnight I did a poll, okay? And the poll was regarding game playthroughs that you would like to see me, that you would like to see me do to celebrate my anniversary as a 15-year content creator on YouTube. I started doing consistent gameplay videos in the fall of 2008. 15 years is a long freaking time of my life, you know? It's more than a third of my life I've been a YouTuber. That's pretty crazy to think about, isn't it? And so, what I would like to do is I would like to get your opinions on what you want to see. So I did a poll overnight, and I checked the results right before actually I came in here to stream this morning, and here's the preliminary results. The poll only ran around 9 hours at this point, okay? Here are the options. Saints Row 2. Why Saints Row 2? Because this is one of the earliest games I ever played on YouTube, and I never did a full playthrough. I only did what was called highlights, where I did shorter videos of notable parts of the story or gameplay, but I never played the whole game. Okay, so I could do a full playthrough of this game for you guys. By the way, I remember liking the game, although there were tedious parts that were annoying. I remember liking the game. There were like these themed gangs, like one of the gangs like a ninja gang and stuff like that, right? That's number one. Option number two, Super Mario Brothers 3 on the NES. Why Super Mario 3? Well, first of all, because it's one of the best platforming games of all time. I love the game, and I've only done one playthrough of it ever, and the one playthrough I did of it was over 10 years ago, and it was with my friend John Rambo. So it was a co-op playthrough with co-op commentary. I wasn't even playing all the time. It was definitely a different style of content than what I do today. So going back and playing one of the best platformers of all time in my current gameplay style and streaming style would actually be pretty interesting for a 15-year anniversary, I feel, okay? So there you go. Option number 3, Grand Theft Auto 5. And when I say that, I mean the recent re-release for Xbox Series X that is now under Game Pass Ultimate, okay? So GTA 5 is kind of interesting. And allow me to explain why this is interesting. First of all, when the game came out in 2013, this was one of my most watched and talked about playthroughs I had ever done, all right? I was just coming off of the year before playing the classic GTA trilogy, which everyone had absolutely loved, and was looking forward to me playing the new one, okay? And so the hype was real. When I played it, you know, it was exactly the same kind of stuff you would expect from GTA. Silliness, adult content, but also some interesting gameplay, great plot developments, character developments, you know, good stuff. Overall, the story of GTA 5 is quite good. It's not all good. You know, some parts in there that aren't as good, but overall, it's a great game, all right? So my first playthrough of GTA 5 did incredibly well, and this was just when I had become a live streamer, and I was streaming everything. Now, the thing is, I didn't have live stream interaction. I basically ignored the chat. I talked with no one. It was just as if I were offline playing the game. There was no face cam, none of the things that are like today. So me doing a playthrough of it today would probably be significantly different than the first playthrough 10 years ago. Now, hold on one second.
Shut up, bitch.
Some people have already countered the possibility of me playing GTA 5. And their counter to this idea is, but Phil, you already played the game twice. Why would you play it a third time? Okay? Now, is there some validity to that statement? Yes, but it is not factually true. Here's what really happened, okay? I originally played GTA 5 on the Xbox 360 at launch. Did a full playthrough of it, even tried with some GTA Online and stuff like that, and then essentially, you know, didn't play it for a while. Now, the next year, all right, they re-released the game for the new consoles that had come out in the fall. So at that time, I rebought the game on the PlayStation 4 because now it ran at a full 60 frames per second, which it did not run on the Xbox 360. So I rebought it, and you guys were interested in seeing me do a first-person playthrough. Because in GTA 5 at that time on the PS4, you could play it as a first-person game, which was never done before in the GTA series. So the whole premise was unique, right? So I started doing it. And at first, the gimmick worked and people liked it. And within, like, a few sessions, I say 2 to 3 streams of it, people got bored. And we're like...
Isn't that normal for all of your fucking content these days? Every single playthrough you fucking force upon people these days, after fucking 2 or 3 sessions, people are fucking crying for you to fucking end the misery, end the suffering, and do something else because you always fucking ruin every fucking game you touch.
Like, nah, I mean, you just kind of played this a year ago. It's the same game. Yeah, the first-person gimmick kind of worked for a few hours, but now we realize it's going to be the same thing, and, you know, we're not too interested in it anymore. So basically, I did buy the game again. I did start to replay it, but I think I only got maybe 10 or 12 hours in. People got bored, and I canceled the playthrough. And we went on and we did something else instead, and we never went back. You know, over the years, did I go back to GTA Online once or twice when the heists launched? Yes. But for the most part...
Money, yeah, yeah. Money, money. Oh, money, money. Yeah, yeah. Money, money.
Thank you very much to go to Taylor for a super chat who says, what sexual arouses DSP more? Cat or 60 frames per second? I don't think there's enough frames in the world to capture the entirety of the massive cat. So, the 60 frames per second probably does it, you know. 60 frames per second probably wins it for Phil Burnell.
Never went back. You know, over the years, did I go back to GTA Online once or twice when the heists launched? Yes. But for the most part, that was it. That was my whole history with GTA 5, was the original playthrough and just a few hours of a first-person playthrough the year after, and that was it. So that was like 9 years ago. Okay? Today, the game has been remastered, re-released for modern consoles, is on Game Pass. This is a good opportunity, I feel, for me to not only celebrate one of the most successful playthroughs I've ever done in my time as a YouTube content creator, but also GTA 6 is in full-on development, and we're waiting for information, and I get the feeling that within the next, 1 or 2 years, we'll probably get a lot of information about GTA 6 coming out, and so now would maybe be a good time to play the game, okay? I'm not saying we have to, I'm just saying it kind of makes sense, all right? And then the last game that I'm interested in, actually because of the nature of these games, I would make it kind of a marathon special or something like that. A classic Mega Man marathon, playing all the Mega Man games from the NES. Now, allow me to explain what I mean by that. You can get a collection of Mega Man games very cheap. It's only like a few dollars. I think it's like under $10. You can get like the whole classics collection of Mega Man, which covers all of the early games, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like all of them, okay? Now listen, I love Mega Man. When I was growing up, Mega Man 2 and 3, I owned both of them. I absolutely loved them, and I probably replayed them a million times, okay? Mega Man 4 I also owned, and I thought it was good, but I didn't like it as much as 2 and 3. Thing about classic Mega Man, it's very challenging. Those games are not easy. So there's going to be deaths, there's going to be rage, but the other thing is they're not very long. So because of that, if I wanted to play a series of classic Mega Man games, I'd be able to do that.
There's going to be saves coming as well. Is he going to fucking save state his way through the entire fucking game? Because save states have ruined those fucking kind of gameplays, especially from Phil. He save scums the entirety of these fucking games because he hasn't got the fucking patience to fucking endure the game and play as it should be, as intended.
And not have to be, you know, oh my god, he played Mega Man for 2 weeks. It would never last that long. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it would definitely only be you know, a series of games that, you know, maybe, you know, a couple few streams to get through the older games. They're not lengthy at all. I'll probably beat Mega Man 1 and 2 in like one stream. You know what I'm saying? They're very short games. So that's what I was thinking is, like, if we chose that, it would be like a Mega Man kind of event where we play classic Mega Mans over the course of like the month, okay? So these are my 4 ideas. Now, the poll's only been live 9 hours. Here's the initial results.
Here we go.
Saints Row 2, 23% of the vote.
Oh.
Super Mario Brothers 3, 16% of the vote. Grand Theft Auto 5, 42% of the vote.
Oh, ouch. People really want Saints Row 2 to win. The detractors want Saints Row 2 to win. So, yeah, it's got some catching up to do. With Grand Theft Auto doing so well.
And Mega Man Marathon, 18% of the vote. And that is clocking in 883 votes. Now, checking now, because that was a picture I took like an hour ago, 2 hours ago. I'm just curious if things have changed in the last like hour or two.
If it has changed over the last hour or two, he's going to fucking cry foul and claim detractors are skewing his fucking poll.
Let me take another look at it. So if I go here and I go here. So another 100 votes have been cast. And the only difference I'm really seeing is like 1 percentile difference. So basically, as of now,
Percentile. Jesus Christ.
GTA 5 is massively in the lead, okay? Now, I don't know if that's because people like the game. I don't know if that's because, I don't know what the reasoning is there. The thing is, people have talked about me replaying GTA 5 over the years, and I always held off on doing it. I think it was a good thing I did, because now that it's a 10-year anniversary, it's kind of more interesting. Plus, we're 2 console generations later. This game likely will run very nice and look very nice on the Xbox Series X. So, I guess we'll see what happens. But, hey, that's the initial. If you haven't voted yet, please go vote. Your vote matters. You're going to have time. You know, we're in no rush here. Please vote on this poll. It's on the community tab of DSP Gaming's channel here on YouTube. And I'd like to really get your opinion. Right now, almost 1,000 people have voted. If we can get another 1,000 in there, that'd be great. How soon would I start playing one of these games? It really depends on what happens with Amnesia, and it also depends on if you would much rather see one of these retro games as opposed to, say, me going back to, like, Elden Ring or something like that and continuing that playthrough, right? So, let's see. Let's gauge interest. Please vote. Let's see what you guys want.
I really need to fucking play GTA 5 again. I mean, I've been playing GTA 5 with the Chaos mod, trying to fucking complete the game with the Chaos mod. I have it with a PC, you know, but it's been like several months since I fucking played the game, so I really need to make sure I've got the updated Chaos mods fucking thing installed and then play again, because I really need to fucking I want to finish that game. I want to finish playing GTA 5. I want to complete it with goddamn Chaos mod. But it's been a good while since I've touched that.
And we'll go from there. Fair enough? But this was a great opportunity for me to ask your opinions on stuff. You know, to get your feedback. This is key to what I'll be doing in the next month, because there are pretty much no prominent new releases coming out that I feel like anyone's going to really care about, including me. So this is a month of me kind of doing throwback retro stuff, and now's the time to get these opinions in, okay? Speaking of which, hold on. What the hell that is? Okay. Speaking of which, in the month of August, we're going to do several anniversary events. There's going to be a Project 7 event where we're going to watch back all of Project 7, and I'm going to do a live react to it for DSP React. Plus, I'm going to be giving background info, commentary, all kinds of stuff on it. Now in a new perspective, since last year we watched and reacted to the John Rambo and Howard video about me, and they talked a whole segment there about Project 7. Well, now that I know their feelings, right? Now I can tell you my feelings from my perspective of everything that was going on all along. All right? So that'll be an interesting event to do it, right? In addition, we're going to do a full-fledged, retrospective event where you guys are going to nominate your favorite moments, playthroughs, whatever, from my 15 years of content. And we're going to watch it back together live in a marathon setting, similar to how we do DSP Reacts every week. We're going to do the similar thing, or excuse me, DSP versus the Internet every week. We're going to do one all about me and my content, all right? And you're going to have the opportunity to nominate things that you like. The members will have priority to do that, while everyone else will also nominate, but members are basically going to get their stuff picked first, and then we're going to go to the standard nominations. And I'm going to make a big playlist of my content and videos to watch based on your recommendations, okay? So it's going to be pretty neat. That's going to be a fun marathon event going on, probably around middle of August. We're probably going to have Ask the King return in August as an anniversary celebration. Yes, I know Ask the King was supposed to happen back in May, and we kept delaying it. Well, now's a good opportunity to bring it back for the anniversary. It is indeed my longest running show that I've done on the internet. In addition to that, there's going to be a special tier maker event where I'm going to be ranking all of the games that I've picked as game of the year, as well as the second place placings, and I'm going to be doing a tier maker of that, live with all of you, where we're going to see what games held up over the years and what games didn't, okay? Plus more. Like I said, these retro playthroughs are going to be a big part of this special event. So even though maybe we're voting right now and one of these playthroughs will start first, doesn't mean that'll be the only one. There's potential I could even play all of those games in the poll eventually over the course of August, okay? So, I'm excited for my 15-year anniversary event coming up in the month of August. I think it's going to be great. Keep in mind, there's still going to be Street Fighter 6 coverage. We're going to keep continuing on with Final Fantasy 16 until we beat it, and then we're going to go from there. All right? Cool. Very cool. All right. I think I've covered everything I wanted to cover in that regard. So I think now I'd like to do a couple news stories, and then we'll start doing shout-outs. Okay? Cool. News stories for today.
Refresh Twitter. Go on. Refresh
There's a
it.
strong rumor that Disney CEO Bob Iger is actually considering selling Disney or some of its assets, or maybe all of Disney itself. Okay? This is wild. Absolutely wild. Because just a few years ago, Disney was one of the most profitable, prominent entertainment companies on planet Earth.
They kind of still are, aren't they? I mean, honestly, they own so fucking much that it's going to be fucking, there's so much fucking money there anyway. Even for fucking, I know like the latest fucking Marvel shit isn't fucking doing too great, but in terms of popularity, like fucking after Endgame, it's kind of gone downhill, that kind of thing. But they've got so many different other IPs at their fucking disposal, you know what I mean? And that's, yeah, but how in the hell can you put a price on how much they own? It's mental. Wardog saying that counts as Twitter, and that, I mean, he's not said Twitter though. We need him to say it. We're assuming Phil's checking Twitter, you know what I mean, to get his fucking news stories, but he doesn't say it though. We need him to say it. I don't want to cheat.
They owned Marvel. They owned Star Wars. They owned all the Disney properties. So what happened? Well, I'll tell you what happened. The Marvel movies started to tank, right? The Star Wars movies didn't do as good as they wanted, and everyone turned against them. They overproduced Star Wars content, half of which people aren't even watching. Okay? The Disney stuff.
Hold on, did Phil say business? How, if he's not said business yet, how? Wardog's determined for me. Fine. For Wardog's sake, I'm taking Twitter. Just for Wardog. Only for him because he asked nicely. And repeatedly. But yeah. But surely Phil's going to say business here.
They decided to remake every single Disney movie as a live-action movie, changing the whole fucking story around and changing key elements, and it pissed people off. The last 3 to 4 Disney movies that were supposed to be blockbusters were actually considered box office flops. So you can only essentially fail for so long before things start to get shaken up. And it's just crazy that this company that I would say 5 to 10 years ago, we were all talking about, oh my God, Disney owns the world. Disney is buying everything up, and they're assimilating all pop culture, and they're going to be the biggest pop culture company in the world. Who's going to stop them? Well, now we know the answer. Who's going to stop Disney? Disney themselves. They became their own worst enemy.
Remind you of anyone?
Yeah. Money. Oh, money. Yeah. Money.
Thank you very much about it. We also Superchat says, but Phil doesn't watch superhero cape movies, dude. It gives Kat PTSD, yeah. Apparently, per Kat Burnell, in a previous relationship with Superman, that guy forced Kat to watch a whole bunch of Marvel movies. And she didn't want to watch these Marvel movies, but she had no choice but to watch these Marvel movies, and she wasn't a fan of them. So because of that, Phil makes sure that if he's watching these movies anyway, he cannot watch it with Kat. If Phil ever sees these movies, he has to fucking make sure he's watching it all by his lonesome. Because Kat does not like to see these fucking kind of movies. Which is fair enough, each to their own, but there you go. It's fucking strange, you know.
Well, now we know the answer. Who's going to stop Disney? Disney themselves. They became their own worst enemy because they kept changing everything about the IPs that they were buying up, right? If you take a look at the height of the prominent Marvel movies, right? Like, when were they doing their absolute best? Right in that mid-range, when you had, like, the Iron Man 3, Infinity War, Captain America and the Winter Soldier, those were the times that super prominence of Marvel movies. But what ended up happening was they oversaturated the market with too many periphery characters no one cared about, like Captain fucking Marvel. Do we really need Captain fucking Marvel? Who the hell cares about that? When you flood the market with too much, then people stop caring. It's like I say on my own streams, right? When you do something every once in a while, it feels special. If we do something all the time, it doesn't feel special anymore. It becomes more commonplace, and people don't care about it as much, right?
That was exactly the same logic you used to fucking wear vests. And then people gave you money for it. And you turned into a vest streak. So, less that bullshit, Phil.
But that's what they didn't seem to understand. They were like, oh, well, simply because of, our Marvel movies are doing good, we have to like exponentially increase the amount of Marvel content we're putting out there. No, you don't. You should actually just, instead of throwing everything at everyone, you should have maybe 5 Marvel movies a year that are absolutely amazing movies, 1 or 2 television series, and that's it, and reserve yourself. And focus elsewhere on other things, so that way when Marvel content comes out, it's special. It's not, oh my god, they hit me with 700 pieces of Marvel content. I mean,
you cannot guarantee a movie's gonna be a big fucking hit, though. Like, there's actually a very good Disney example here. I can use a good Disney example here. Remember 2 movies, right? 2 movies in the 90s, 2 animated movies in the 90s. One was called Pocahontas, and the other was called Lion King. The A-team of Disney, the animators for it, basically all the fucking top people worked on Pocahontas because they were anticipating that was going to be a big movie, They had like, I think, was it Mel Gibson was like the main voice actor or not shit, So it was like, they thought Pocahontas was going to be the fucking biggest movie of those 2, And you had like the fucking B-team guys working on Lion King, They thought it would do okay, but most of the effort, most of the fucking passion, not shit, most of the focus was on Pocahontas being the big fucking moneymaker for Disney that year. What happened? Lion King was like one of the biggest movies of a lot of fucking people's generation. That movie resonated with so many fucking people. That movie stands the test of time for a lot of fucking people. Most people don't really give a shit about Pocahontas anymore. You know what I mean? In terms of, it's like, if you offer people these days, if I can grow up in the 90s, a chance to rewatch Lion King or Pocahontas, most people just fucking pick fucking Lion King because, Jesus Christ, man, it was amazingly made. The movie was fantastic. It's just the way it goes to show you though. Movie companies movies can fucking expect a movie to be big, and it might not be. And some of the other things as well. Now on the flip side, movies that you think is going to be just okay might turn out to be some kind of smash hit. How often do you fucking see these kind of fucking things where it's like some kind of super hit movies where it's like, oh, that got a whole lot bigger than I expected. So there we go. Yeah. So Big Bill says Lion King wins by default for having Rowan Atkinson in it. Yeah, the voice of Yazoo. But yeah, several fucking Jesus. You get what I'm saying, though. You know what I mean? So you can't guarantee just because Marvel, if Disney, the Marvel branch of Disney, focused on only a couple of movies per year and try and make them an absolute banger, there's no guarantee it would be a hit. Even if you fucking make it less. Less rampant with all the amount of fucking movies out, not all the superhero movies. It doesn't mean it's going to be a hit. I mean, look at Daredevil. Anyone remember fucking Ben Affleck playing Daredevil? That movie was fucking shite, and it still had a decent cast with it. Ben Affleck is a decent actor, and you had what's his name? I can't remember his name, but he played the villain. He's a big guy, he's in Green Mile, and I can never remember his name, but you get what I'm saying though. Decent, solid cast. And Daredevil, not Colin Farrell, no. Jesus. Am I thinking Michael Duncan Clark? There you go, Michael Duncan Clark. That's what I'm thinking of. There you go. So yeah, it's like he was like he was like awesome saying he was like perfectly cast for that role as well. I feel he played amazing. So yeah, I think he was the main villain anyway. But yeah, but I'm saying no. Just because you have, so that's what I'm saying though, the movie didn't do well, right? Good cast, okay, solid people getting in the roles, but the movie just did not perform well. People look back at that movie and go, yeah, that wasn't that good, So there you go. So just because you got a cast and you also they want that movie to do well, they expect that movie to do fucking well, which is why they put a lot of effort into it and had all these big stars in it. But it doesn't guarantee results. Phil, for some reason, it does guarantee results. And yeah, DSP Party says as well, the original Deadpool movie, the Deadpool movie that wasn't going to be made because Fox didn't want to fucking make the movie, and then the fucking thing got leaked on the internet, and all of a sudden people wanted a Deadpool movie. That shit didn't have a huge budget, and yet that fucking got so much love from people, and it inspired sequels, and it's going to get more sequels and that shit. That's what I'm saying though. There's no guarantee from these fucking movie studios that it's going to fucking... You can't guarantee results, Phil. Basically, that's a long story. That's basically the long short of it. You cannot guarantee results. Sometimes you can. I mean, obviously, sometimes you run off money, things that will generate some interest and shit, but yeah, you cannot guarantee results. Phil seems like you can. If you just fucking don't have as many fucking movies out there.
Marvel content comes out, it's special. It's not, oh my God, they hit me with 700 pieces of Marvel content. I mean, case in point for me, all right? Pro wrestling. For the longest time, I was a pro wrestling fan, right? I loved it. And then all of a sudden, WWE Network came out, and now not only was there 2 wrestling shows a week to watch in Raw and SmackDown,
but there was also a mobile gaming app that I fucking couldn't put down for years. Somebody help me with this crippling addiction, please. For me, it's always WWE Champions time. I'm sorry, I couldn't help but fucking pause and throw it in there. I'll rewind it just so we can get the full rant.
pro wrestling. For the longest time, I was a pro wrestling fan, right? I loved it. And then all of a sudden, WWE Network came out, and now not only was there 2 wrestling shows a week to watch in Raw and SmackDown, but there was also an NXT show, there was reality shows, there was other behind-the-scenes shows. Oh, by the way, if you want to be in on pro wrestling, you got to be watching Impact Wrestling. You got to be watching Ring of Honor, right? Now these days, you got AEW and all this. Like, wait a minute. For me to be a wrestling fan, I have to be investing like 70 hours a week to watch pro wrestling.
I don't agree with this logic. I'm very passionate about football, you know, like soccer to you Americans, but I'm a big football person. I love watching football. If there's a game live on the telly, I'm going to watch it. Does that mean I have to watch every single fucking football game that ever exists on the fucking planet to keep up with fucking football? No, I don't. So Phil trying to argue that him to fucking like wrestling means he has to watch every single piece of wrestling content to ever fucking exist at the same fucking time, nah. Doesn't make sense to me.
I don't want to do that. You know, that's ridiculous. Oh, well, if you're not doing that, you're not in on all the stuff, you're not a true wrestling fan. Well, then I guess I'm not going to be a wrestling fan anymore. It's too much of an investment. It's supposed to be something that every once in a while you're spending some time, you know, watching or enjoying as entertainment and optional. Now, you have to invest your entire life's existence into it to even understand it, right? So much Marvel content was coming out that there was no way you were ever going to watch it all, and therefore, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is insane. Why were they putting out so much? And don't even get me started on Star Wars. You know, Star Wars, let's make a new trilogy. Okay, could you please write us a story that has a start, beginning, and end, so that no matter who's working on it, at least we have a story? Oh no, we're just going to make 3 movies. We don't have a story yet. You think there may be a problem here? You're gambling with billions of dollars, right?
You speak from experience, Phil.
No, we don't need that. We're smart, right? We're big brain.
Money,
We're probably...
money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money.
Thank you very much to Chris Mike Crawford for the super chat. It says this is him just stating he has no self-control. Pretty fucking much, yeah. Pretty much, yeah. Don't worry, guys, in case you were worried about Phil Burnell and the support he was getting at these days, don't worry. Today's support has been quite strong for him because Phil already has a hat poll going on. So there we go. Phil has a hat poll going on, so he's got at least $100 so far in contributions during this podcast. I won't tick it off yet in the card. I won't tick it off $15+ in tips yet on the card, but we will when we come to it, okay? So at least we know there's going to be at least one more green square on the board when Phil gets his contributions.
Right? No, we don't need that. We're smart, right? We're big brain. We're probably Ivy League educated. We know what we're doing. We'll make Star Wars great again. Oy, oy, oy. These fucking people, man. You know? And so what happens is they make a trilogy of Star Wars movies. No one likes the last movie, but they already made 10 other Star Wars things based around Star Wars that now it's too late to pull the plug on, right? If you think about it, they had made other Solo. That movie tanked because no one fucking cared about Star Wars anymore. And, you know, 2-3 more movies coming out. No one cares. Oh, how about a fucking series? They got lucky with Mandalorian. They really did. But at the same time, now Mandalorian has gone off the deep end and no one likes it anymore. So you see what I'm saying? Like, Disney basically doesn't understand, whoever's in charge anyway, if this is Bob Iger or whoever the fuck it is, doesn't understand even the premise of popularity and how it works. If you own all these great IPs, great, but stop flooding the market, right? Instead, diversify a little bit. Do some more interesting stuff. It's a little different.
The person that uploads multiple videos per fucking day, it crams like 6 hours of content down people's fucking throats every single fucking day, is telling his audience to stop, and it's telling Disney to stop oversaturating the market. He uploads so many hours of gibberish and nonsense per day, and he is telling a big major multi-billion-dollar corporation to stop oversaturating the fucking market. Well, maybe we should fucking take an example of his own advice here, you know. Take a page. I mean, why not fucking practice what you preach, Phil? Stop oversaturating YouTube with your shitey content. This unedited, raw, boring-ass content.
But you don't have to always do the same shit. Star Wars doesn't feel special anymore because there's too much Star Wars. Marvel doesn't feel special anymore because there's just too much Marvel. You know, you ruined it for people by putting out too much content. So there you go. And that's what's happened with Disney. So now, after flop after flop after flop for like a series of 4 to 5 years now where this pattern has been happening, the rumor is they might actually have to sell and get out of there, right? It's like, wow. And I don't know what would happen if there was new management that owned it or whatever. Would they do things differently? Maybe. I would certainly hope so. You know, I really don't feel that like Disney's really been doing the right thing for many years now. They've been making mistakes. So maybe it would be better to have someone else take the reins, right? The other news story we have today is yet another follow-up, if you're not aware, to the Microsoft and Activision Blizzard merger. So what was supposed to happen was the initial agreement was that the merger had to go through by like today. Okay? But what ended up happening is, as you guys know, there's been a lot of different holdups in this process. In the UK, there's a regulatory holdup. In the United States, the FTC was suing. And all these things basically just kept having the deal delay. So the good news is, all the hurdles in the United States have been cleared. The FTC's been told to shut the fuck up. Enough with your bullshit. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Basically, a judge went and slapped them like this. Shut up. Quiet, you. Just slap their face. Stop it. Quiet. Go away. And the FTC said, meh, and cowered away like they deserve to. But in the UK, there's still this process that Microsoft is working with this UK regulatory body. I guess that has something to do with cloud gaming. They need to hash it out. And once they hash it out, it looks like it's going to go through. But sadly, they didn't hit their deadline. So, there's been a new agreement. The fuck did I just click? There's been a new agreement. They've extended their merger to now conclude by October 18th. So they basically extended it by like 3 months, right? A 3-month extension on the deal. All right. And Phil Spencer is basically telling all his employees and the public, he tweeted about it, he's feeling super positive now that this merger is going to go through. Now, some people have actually read between the lines of this new deal and found out that there is something going on. That there is actually a new kind of deal going on. I guess there's another regulatory body, the CMA. I don't know who the hell the CMA is, but I guess they said that if this deal isn't closed by August 29th, okay, there will be a termination fee of $3.5 billion or something crazy like that. I don't know what that means. Okay? The thing is with this legal process, it's been so convoluted. There's always another twist. There's always another thing you didn't know about that comes out of nowhere that fucks it up or makes it get delayed even further. But essentially what's going on here is this thing is going to continue. Everyone wants it to happen that's involved. It seems like even the regulatory bodies at this point realize it's just a matter of time. It's just going to be hashing out of like details to get it to go through. And, you know, will it go through sooner rather than later? Will there be initial changes if and when it goes through, or will they actually take longer? I don't know, you know, but finally it looks like we're in the home stretch. My question is, will the Microsoft purchase of Activision Blizzard actually make anything better? Because if you take a look at the other companies they bought out, I mean, shit. Take a look at what just happened with the fucking Redfall game, right? That's a company that at one point was making top-tier games. They were making games like Dishonored, right? Prey. Those are amazing games. Microsoft buys them, and they pump out 2 shitty games, Deathloop and Redfall. Like, what happened there, right? Microsoft bought them, and they got worse. So what's going on, right? Like, that's not good. So you have to hope that, you know, the fact that Microsoft is buying companies, that it's not going to be the death kiss for the companies. You know what I mean? Like, hopefully these companies will continue to put out good content. And I don't know. So I guess we'll see. Maybe, hopefully, let's hope that that was the exception to the rule, and that really there are a lot of companies making great games right now under the Microsoft umbrella. They're just not ready to be presented yet, right? Like, that would be the ideal thing to hope for. Not that every time Microsoft buys a company, somehow they go wrong, you know? Activision Blizzard has a lot of great games in their wheelhouse that they work on. You know, you got your Diablo, you got World of Warcraft, Overwatch. Well, it was good at one point. What was the other one? What's their MOBA game? I can't remember what it's called. Hearthstone. Right? Then you go to Activision. Activision has a ridiculous amount of IPs, of course, the biggest of which is Call of Duty. So you got to hope that because Microsoft's going to buy them out, that now they're not going to tank too, you know? But anyway, it looks like the deal is going through. Finally. Oh, the CMA is the regulatory body in the UK? Thank you. I didn't know that's what their name was. I kept saying it was a regulatory body, but I didn't know the name of the group. Thank you.
Dumbass. People are requesting otters. I will give you otters. Let's just hit live. Let's see current time otters. Well, it would if we're on the screen. There's a couple right at the very edge over here, but none are front and center. There we go. This guy's swimming out now. It's like he knew we were fucking waiting for a show, and then he fucks off again to his wee corner. And it's obviously another hot day in the Monterey Bay. There's a basin of ice up here, so there we go. Bill annoys a lot of people. The otters can help calm people down. It is pretty good, so there we go. Nordberg's like Team Kelp. Mon the Kelp. Down with that sort of thing, I don't know. But yeah, you can only see 2 autos on the right hand side. Not sure what the other 2 are. If they're just off, well, they must be off camera, obviously. But yeah, not in the hole, but in the you know, this wee hole over here, you know, and they're like hanging in here as well sometimes. But yeah, there we go. We got the autos, we're calmed down. Let's crack on with the bingo.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So we're gonna get to a shout out, but if you give me a second here. This is a new shirt and the tag is killing me. I hate when that happens. Let me see here. Can I get this tag off?
Oh, he stood up. I saw the bingo card.
Yes.
Hands up. Did he need to fucking pause it?
There we go. Good. There's nothing worse than having a new shirt, you love it, and the tag annoys the shit out of you. So I ripped it right off, so it's all good. Okay, let's get to shout-outs, shall we? So, Gamerman117 re-upped his membership this morning. Thank you, Gamerman, for re-upping your membership. I really appreciate the support. That's really it. We have nothing else on the YouTube side of stuff. No memberships and no super chats, no super stickers as of yet. But, you know, the day is young. Thank you in advance to anyone who supports me on the YouTube side of things. I really appreciate that. Recently, we had a lot of people gifting memberships to the channel to try to boost the numbers again. Thank you for that.
There's mainly one fucking person there, just like Nathan Smith. It's mainly been them gifting you fucking memberships. No shout out for them, I guess. He's gifted over 100 memberships to Phil Burnell, and he doesn't really get much of a shout out, it seems. Oh my fucking god.
I really appreciate that. That helps a lot. And again, it's a great way today when I'm playing Street Fighter competitively. You will likely see more people on the stream today than, say, yesterday for Final Fantasy. Great opportunity if you were looking to help the community and you wanted to gift some memberships. Today would be a great day to do that, okay? Now, here we go. Shout-outs abound for tips. We start off today with a $50 tip from Lisa Lou. So right off the bat, thank you so much, Lisa Lou. As you can see, we're using a Diablo animation. Likely I'll keep these animations for the rest of the month, and then I'll change them for the month of August. Remember, I'm looking for fan submissions. If you would like to contribute artwork or animations for my 15-year anniversary next month, that would be great. I would love to have new animations of maybe funny stuff of me over the years, maybe some of the green screen footage, right? Something like that. Whatever. I'd like some new animations if possible. Can't make them myself because I don't have the capability nor the skill.
Then fucking pay people for their hard work, Phil. If you're fucking asking people to fucking put in the work for you, why don't you pay them for their hard work? Give people what they fucking deserve for putting in the time and effort to try and make your content fucking better.
If a fan would like to work on that, I would really appreciate that. Either way, I'm going to change out these animations come August. We're not going to have these game animations anymore. We'll go back to maybe the more generic ones. All right? So thank you very much to Lisa Lou for a $50 tip. And Lisa Lou says, I've been a fan for many years. Thank you for the great content. You are welcome, Lisa. Thank you so much. Gunner Glasses, right to start. That is unless you guys would prefer.
Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money.
Thank you very much for Prophet for the super chat. It says, words to your mom's OIC dropped the bomb. Jesus Christ, Prophet. Yeah, OIC's at it again on all his soccer accounts to fucking give Phil 50 buckaroos. So there you fucking go. Jesus, man. I'm just, what the fuck, man. It's just funny. It never ends. Phil's constant dependence on a small number of very generous whales, it never comes to an end. We have seen so many fucking whales come and go. Like the fucking Dutch brothers seems to have been offended because Phil made a zombie joke about Jesus one time. You know what I mean? Before that, it was Emo. Emo's not that fucking prominent anymore. Emo was there for Elden Ring last year. They don't seem to fucking stick around anymore. We've seen Emerald 7, who gave Phil a huge amount of fucking money and then fucking disappeared. King Toot, I've seen King Toot as well. He was fucking a whale for a while and then fucking disappeared randomly. It's amazing how these fuckers come and go, and it seems like, is it all the same person, just using a bunch of different fucking usernames? Or are they actually unique individual people who just get pissed off and then think to themselves, you know what, I'm not supporting this person anymore? We know some of them are the same people. Because, you know, OIC is in Madrid myself, he's got like 50 sucker accounts. Oh, it's mental, it really is.
I would prefer. Yeah. Thank you. Lisa Lou. I'm probably not going to wear these when I play the game, by the way. I'm going to put on the gunner glasses when I play the game. Okay. Continuing on. I received a $5 tip from Guitar Player 1939. Guitar Player, it's always great to hear from you. Thank you for the tip. Let's see what Guitar Player's up to. Guitar Player says, I finally beat Persona 5 Royal last night. It's a great game, and I highly recommend it to anyone who hasn't played it. There you go. I recommend baseline Persona 5. I didn't play Royal. I heard Royal has more content, a new character, and a new plot line and everything. Cool. I'm sure it's great. I agree. It's a great game. Thank you, Guitar Player. All right. I received a $29.99 tip.
Oh, fuck this. I'm getting ready for 2 times speed. If this is who we think it is, brace yourself on 2 times speed.
From Game Trekker.
Yep, Game Cooker. Okay, as soon as Phil starts on with Street Fighter, I am going to go 2 times.
Thank you to Game Tracker. And Game Tracker says the following. No new tips at the moment. No matter which character you pick today, instead I'll elaborate a bit on a tip that I gave you before your live blogger stream. I talked about stun. So, when you read the tip live, you revealed that you really don't know how stun is in the game. You're right. I haven't had yet a chance to watch all your block matches from the day, but I did see most of them. You still didn't seem to be recognizing when a stun happens, so I'll make it extra quick. Yeah, I did. That's something now that I gotta become more conscious. It's one of a million new things that's in this game, right? And at first I thought it was all the same. I thought, oh, if you didn't drive impact, that's the same as the wall bounce. I didn't even realize that there was the corner dizzy stun until like a week ago, and I started noticing. I was like, wait a minute, that's totally different than the other one, but I didn't understand the properties of it, okay? So let's see what he has to say. So, if your opponent is in burnout, meaning they have no drive meter, and you wall splat them, the game will freeze for a moment and they'll go into a special stun state. The game will even say stun on the side of the screen, okay? Unlike other Street Fighter games, mashing does not shorten the stun. The fighter will stand in place for about 3 seconds before falling over. Excuse me. See if you can recognize when this happens today. Take advantage of that by using a jumping attack to initiate your follow-up combo. So basically, if you do a normal wall bounce, but they still have drive meter, they'll just be stunned for a second, they'll create like a juggle state, you get a couple hits and you can do a corner combo, but usually not an extended one. If they already are burned out and then you do the wall bounce, they'll be in an extended dizzy state, in which case you can do a neutral jump and do an extended combo, right? And get more damage. Gotcha. Plus, because they're not juggling, it actually means that you can do more damage because the combo is from when they're in a standing position. The other one, they're more like a falling position, so because of that, it doesn't let you get all the hits in. You're right. So you're absolutely right. Now I need to pay attention. I do. Yet another thing, I mean, this game, I've said this before, I actually feel Street Fighter 6 is the most difficult and most complex fighting game I've ever played. It has so many things to it. It has 6 or 7 things just with the drive meter that were all new. Now you've got these stun mechanics, wall bounce mechanics, all these new things. And it's tough for someone like me who hasn't been in competitive fighting games for a long time to learn all these systems. Has been very challenging and daunting for me, but I'm trying to do my best, so. Okay, continuing on. Excuse me. I guess I'm burping. My next tip is a $10 tip. And this one is from Tarantula MS. He says, hey, Phil, what's going on, Tarantula? It's good to have you. How have you been doing? Haven't actively seen you much on the streams, but I hope you're doing very well. And I thank you for your support. Awesome. Thank you, Tarantula. I hope you're having a good day. Maybe you'll be around for the Zangief gameplay. I don't know if you're interested, but thank you. Cool. All right. I received a $4.20 tip from Geef for Life, who says, please play Geef or I will suplex you. Well, that is very alarming. How would you suplex me? Because, you know, I'm at home right now. My doors are locked. Are you saying that you're going to burst in my door, run into my office, and live on stream suplex me here on stream? That's incredibly disturbing, actually. I think I might have to alert the authorities that someone is on the way. But anyway, I appreciate the tip. And actually, it looks like I'm playing with Zangief because it seems like that's what people want. So, alrighty then. Maybe I will avoid the suplex. Check the walls. Shit. I gotta check my... Hold on. I gotta check my closet. Ha-ha!
Bruh.
Okay, there's no one in here. My biggest
There's
fans
no one
are
in the
idiots. Thankfully. I thought there might be someone hiding in there, you know? Whew. Okay. Continuing on. Alright. I received a $1 tip from Snow Carl. He says... He's saying he saw a... This doesn't even make sense. Alright, Snow Carl, what you're saying doesn't even make sense. I'm not even going to address it. Really. What he said is nonsensical. And it's basically... It's fishing for drama. And it's stupid. So I'm not even going to answer it because it's just dumb. It's not even factually true. It's him trying to create a situation that's not happening. And Snow Carl does this from time to time. So Snow Carl, thanks for the $1. No thanks. Alright.
What do we think of it? What do we think Snow Carl was messaging Phil about? I am inclined to think that he was bringing up the Twitter drama about, is that Phil? Did Phil upload a video of him shaking his junk? I have a feeling that Snow Carl seen that on Twitter himself and is wondering, did Phil actually have that on his channel before? The thing is, though, Phil has actually discussed it, you know, on his content before, on his he's got, there is something on there before already where Phil brings up and explains it from his perspective anyway. So I don't know. It's just I'm wondering what Phil would be so offended about and upset that he wouldn't want to discuss what Snowcar brought up. Barrett else think it could be the guy, the GUI statue. By the way, shout out to that being said, It's a Gundam and Dark to the Phil. They've raised altogether the combined efforts. They've raised over $6,000 so far for the St Jude's Hospital. So that's an incredible accomplishment. Well done. To all concerned for everything so far. Honestly, a lot of that was the big eBay auction for the guy figurine. You know, that was like 5,600 it sold for, I think. But they've had other things as well. They're selling like merchandise as well. No, things like for so yeah, it's an amazing effort. Over $6,000 raised so far. It's incredible stuff.
We've now hit $100 in tips. So, I think we're gonna have a hat. The question is, what hat would you guys want today? I don't know. What hat would go well for today? First of all, it cannot be a distracting hat. I can't be wearing like the Bender hat. I can't be wearing the Pikachu hat. It has to be something that's a normal lighter hat for today. I guess maybe we could do the headband. We could do the Los Santos cap isn't bad. It's very comfortable on my head. I'm trying to think like what are the most comfortable hats that wouldn't be intrusive for Street Fighter. Let's here we go. Let's start a poll. So let's do, here we go. Which hat is Zangief best? We could do the Los Santos cap, the fake hair hat with the frosted tips. We could do crap. The Ryu headband, or we could do what else wouldn't be intrusive? Hold on.
Fucking inflatable fucking crown.
I've not worn the beret in a long time. The beret's been like weeks and weeks. I can't remember the last time I wore the beret. Okay. There you go. I think none of those hats, hopefully none of those would be intrusive. If they are, just so you guys know, when I'm playing Street Fighter, if something's bugging me, I'm going to take it off. I don't care if it's glasses, fuck it. The gameplay comes first. So if it's becoming intrusive, it's annoying me, if I'm getting heated, and I'm itchy and shit, I'm taking it off. All right? But I'll at least put it on to start. So please vote. Okay. All right. I received another $1 tip from Snow Carl. What do you think of Kick? Why aren't you multi-streaming over there? Did you consider switching over? Why would I switch? What is wrong with what I'm doing on YouTube for the last over 2 years exactly? Right? I built a community here. People know where to find me. People know where all my content is. I enjoy YouTube. I enjoy its monetization options. I don't have any problems. So why would I stream on Kick? Right? I don't get it. Why split the audience? If you have a central place where you could do all your content and people are happy with that and people know where to find you, right? And everything's going good, why would you then say, oh, I think I would like to start doing stuff elsewhere? Why? If there were problems, like for example, if I was streaming on Twitch still, and I was noticing all these problems going on with Twitch, the monetization was getting worse, the moderation was bad, and I was like, man, the writing's on the wall, people gotta get out of here, then I would go stream on Kick. That's literally exactly what's happening. People are fed up with Twitch, they don't like the business, no surprise, I said a million times over the years that business was on the way out, no one listened, but now they're actually seeing it for themselves, right? And now, people are trying out Kick and liking it. They're like, oh, this is a viable alternative, correct? So, but I don't need to go to Kick. I like where I am here on YouTube. I'm good. I'm having good times with the stream. I can stream at very high quality here on YouTube, as you guys know. Way better than I was ever able to do over on Twitch. And I would guarantee, I don't know what Kick's limitations are. I don't know if they have those kind of limitations or not, right?
So that's another bingo because Phil finally said business.
So, there you go. That's why. If there was a reason, like if all of a sudden YouTube started instituting a bunch of changes that I didn't like, right? Limitations, changes to the system, how it all works. I'd be like, oh shit, all right, I don't like this. I'm gonna consider, maybe co-streaming on Kick. We'll try it out. Why would I do that if I like how things are going, right? And again, streaming here, I have all my content in one spot. If you want any gameplay from me, you go to DSP Gaming. You like React content, you go to DSP Reacts. Now, you can find this stream on YouTube here. You can find this stream on Kick here. You can find this content here, this content here. Now you're all over the place. No one knows where to go, right? So there you go. Arkham says, why do you have sunglasses on? You're not outside. In reality, this ring light is pretty bright, but I've kind of just gotten used to it over the course of the year since I started using it. It's pretty darn bright. It was funny because when I started playing Amnesia the other night, people were saying things like, why don't you turn all the lights off in your room? I was like, they are off. They're like, what are you talking about? I was like, literally every light in this room is off. The only lights that are on are the ring light, the ambient LED strip on the floor, and I guess you could argue this lamp, but there is no actual lights on in the office. The ceiling light and the lamp over there are off. But this light is bright in order to make, the lighting good for the camera. That's why it looks like that. And people were like, well, turn it off. I was like, turn it off. This is what it would look like. You ready? Hi, everyone.
You are being lit by Judgy and the LED lights. One unprofessional clown.
Hello? Is anyone there? What's going on? Hello? Anyone still there? As you can see, it doesn't look nearly as good, right? Like, you can barely see me. I mean, could I play a game like this? I could.
We can barely see you, and to me, that's an improvement.
But you would barely be able to see me, you know? So that's why you need a ring light, okay? You really do. Okay. All right. I forgot what we were talking about. I totally forgot. What were we talking about? Tomorrow's your Independence Day. I'm glad to hear that, Juan. I hope you have a good day. By the way, that's all the shout-outs. We've done all the shout-outs, and now we can do some Q&A. What is going on, Jade? He's a sup. So Zangief today, Friday, Luke and Lily. Yes, that sounds like a plan, doesn't it? Sounds like a plan. Zangief today, Friday, Luke and Lily. I don't know what order they'll play them, but that's what it sounded like. Yes. Okay. You can open the light from your window. No, I can't. My blinds are broken. My blinds don't work. I can't pull up my blinds. They don't go up. The only thing I could do is during the daytime, I could try to, like, wedge them open, but I have my air conditioner in, so they're already skewed to the side. It basically, I don't have a functional window here. It sucked. I just don't. The fucking thing's all fucked up.
41-year-old renting man can't get it up.
David says, do you see all new handheld gaming systems needing to have replaceable batteries in Europe by 2027? By European Union regulations, they want batteries recyclable. No, but that's interesting because, as you know, there are many things right now that don't have that. The Switch does not have a replaceable battery. Cell phones do not have replaceable batteries, at least to the consumer. I mean, you could open a cell phone. If you're like an expert, you go to like a shop and...
Cell phones do have replaceable batteries if you're on Android. iPhones are kind of notoriously kind of picky about that kind of thing where it's like you can't really replace things on that, but no, Android phones though, they have a lot more flexibility to them. You can swap out batteries if you've got an Android phone. I don't think you can really do it though with iPhones, can you? Like, there is a lot, it is quite strict when it comes to iPhones, I think. At least back in the day anyway, it was a lot more strict. Oh, Charles says Samsung don't do it anymore. I didn't realise Samsung stopped doing that. I really should know. I have a Samsung fucking phone, I really should know. Yeah. So yeah, maybe Android is not as flexible as it used to fucking be, but from what I remember, you know, before anyway. You can't do it now. God, I used to fucking do it from old... I used to have like this kind of old HTC phone thing. So yeah, I guess they're not as flexible these days with replacing batteries, which is kind of shite. But it is what it is.
They'll do it for you. But yeah, I guess what's happening is you're right. There's a new European Union regulation that in 4 years, every device needs to have a replaceable battery so that they can be recycled, so you're not throwing out the device and the battery goes to a landfill. So that's interesting, and that might change a lot. It really might. I guess we'll have to see. Am I going to play Remnant 2? No, I didn't play Remnant 1. I'm not interested in Remnant 2. No, I'm not going back to Call of Duty at this point. The new Call of Duty is a few months around the corner. Will I probably check it out? Yeah, let's face it, every year I end up checking out the new Call of Duty, but I have no plans on playing Modern Warfare 2 again. Thank you. Ghost says, cool clothes you got on. Cool. Arkham says, people like to watch people play scary games in the dark. I understand that. I do. I really do. But, you know, I don't think it would have worked for Amnesia. We could have tried, but people didn't really care. I was like, you know, we turn off this light, you're not going to see well. They're like, all right, whatever. It's not, you know, if there was a big demand, if everyone was screaming at me, I would have considered it, but I don't really care either way. Their name is a bunch of E's. Do you have any tips when getting spam locked in the corner with Zangief? I watched Street Fighter 6 yesterday and I got stuck in Diamond even though I've never played a fighting game before. You're screwed. Hate to say it, you're kind of screwed. Zangief is one of the worst characters for getting out of the corner in this game. He does not have an actual true reversal move that has invincibility, so he has to rely on the enemy making a mistake. And if you just started playing the game, you're not going to understand when an enemy is making a mistake. So, yeah, it sounds like the placement screwed you over, and you're going to have to lose like dozens and dozens of matches to get all the way down to like low platinum or even gold before you're going to be able to do anything. That's terrible that you got into diamond and you don't know what you're doing. That's really bad. I wish I had advice for you, but no, he's actually one of the worst characters for it. I mean, the best way to get out of the corner with Geef is to not get in the corner with Geef and stay playing from mid-screen and stopping that from happening, which isn't, you can't explain it, you got to play good, you know? Okay. How many of the Mega Man X games have I played? You guys can answer that because I did a Mega Man marathon like a decade ago, and I played a lot of the classic Mega Man X's. I think I got through like 4 or 5 of them. I got into the PS1 ones, and once I got to like the second PS1 game, I couldn't play them anymore. I couldn't stand it. They are like, dude, these are so bad compared to the originals, which are like classics. Once they started, you know, veering off the path of not even being like a Mega Man game anymore, I was like, dude, I can't play these. They really were annoying me. But you can find that out for yourself. Just search on this channel, and you'll find the playthroughs. No, I've never ridden a pony. My favorite season is probably the fall, but I do like winter too, but probably the fall because that's when the weather turns. We get a lot more rain and precipitation. When I get to take my air conditioner out of the window, open the window and get cool air coming in the window, that's really nice. And you get rain, and there's like nice moist air, and you get cool fall events and things. You know, I like leaves. I like the idea of like, you know, pumpkins, pumpkin spice, everything. You know, you get cool fall activities going on. You got Halloween. I like all of that, you know. Winter, I love winter, but the problem with winter is sometimes you get inclement weather. You get the snow and the ice, and that kind of sucks. Outside of that, though, like the holidays are great. My favorite time of year is the holidays. No, we're not playing Jackbox. I answered this for you the other day. I don't know why you're asking again. I have no intention of playing Jackbox. I don't even know why you're bringing it up. Who cares about that? Will I make a tier maker of favorite mini games for Yakuza? Probably not specifically the mini games of Yakuza, no. Maybe I would rank the Yakuza games in general, but probably not just the mini games. Big Papa Phil says, now that you have some extended time with Street Fighter 6, can you explain a major reason why the game is fun as opposed to Street Fighter 5, which may have to be the most hated Street Fighter ever? Sure. I mean, there's a million reasons. At launch, the game had a ridiculous amount of content. While at launch, Street Fighter 5 had literally no content at all. This game has a little something for everyone, whether you're a newbie, whether you're a pro, hardened pro, whether you're looking to be competitive, whether you don't care about competition. The game is the most user-friendly, accessible fighting game ever, in my opinion, with the way that they've set it up with the modern controls and everything. Anyone can play this game and enjoy it. Seriously. It actually worked at launch. Street Fighter 5 did not work at launch. It was a joke. This game worked perfectly at launch. It has arguably the best netcode ever seen in an online fighting game. For me, the real reason I like Street Fighter 6, I'll tell you, because unlike Street Fighter 5, this game can be played in a variety of methods and ways. The character builds feel unique and different, and it's not just about mastering one pattern and playing the game ad nauseum with that pattern. In this game, certain characters don't even really have a pattern, while others do. I would argue the top tiers, because they're so good with their normals and their rushdown and their stuff, you can play them as patterns and win a lot. But other characters, you can't do that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's good to see that there's variety in gameplay. You've got pure keep away characters. You've got pure rushdown characters. You've got hybrids. You got characters that can be played in one way perfectly well and succeed, but then be played in a completely different way and still be perfectly well and succeed. I've seen Dalsin played as a up-close mix-up rushdown character. I've also seen Dalsin played as a complete keep away character, and it works both ways. Do you see? That is the key to a good fighting game. Seriously. Absolutely. And that's what Street Fighter 5 didn't have. In Street Fighter 5, it was like, here's your character, learn the one pattern, just play it that way every time and win, or fuck it up and lose. And that's it. There's like nothing to it. It wasn't until like maybe the last 2 years of the game where the game finally was rebalanced enough and changed a bit that it felt like a real Street Fighter game. But back then, you're already talking 3-4 years into the game for it to be even a semblance of good. But the problem there is so stupid that people just put up with it because they were so deathly afraid that if they didn't support Street Fighter 5, that Street Fighter would die forever. So they just kept playing it. They kept throwing money.
Oh my fucking god. I thought it was a little bit of a fucking quick thing. Nah, I'm going 2 times. 2 times speed. He is boring the crap out of me.
At it. You have a whole generation of gamers now that only play Street Fighter 5, and they actually think that's what fighting games are. So they're playing Street Fighter 6 like that. And look at the people I'm playing in Diamond Rank who don't understand the basics of a fighting game. They don't know what footsies are, what spacing, what neutral is. They don't understand how to react to anything. They just play a pattern. And if you beat their pattern, they fold. They're done. They can't do anything because they never play a real fighting game. They just played a pattern game in Street Fighter 5. Sad that a whole generation of gamers now have to relearn what fighting games are because they were told wrong by the last one because it was a piece of dog shit. So there you go. I hope that explains. Yes, I have sang on a stage before in high school. Do I think Capcom will ever fix pattern cans? Fix pattern cans? I don't know if you can fix it. You're always gonna have people who do that, who play.
Oh my fucking god! More Street Fighter. Stop talking to him about Street Fighter.
Pattern, it kind of works because the character's kind of overpowered. They can try to rebalance Ken, or they can try to add more tools to stop Ken. But I don't think they can fix the problem of people playing him in a pattern. No. Let's see here. B-Boy Cyclone says, "I love to see you react." Excuse me. I love to see your reaction to some of your first Street Fighter 5 matches ever. The lag and the problems were just.
Oh my fucking god! Every single question is a fucking Street Fighter question. I'm gonna compromise. I'm gonna go 1.75 speed, okay? And just keep it there.
Crazy for that time. Yeah, I remember. You remember how hype I was for Street Fighter 5? Because Street Fighter 4 was a game that gave me major prominence on YouTube in the years of 2009 and 2010. Literally, I got tens of thousands of people who followed me just for Street Fighter because they liked my coverage. And so I stepped away from that for many years. And then when Street Fighter 5 was coming out, I was like, I'm reinvesting my efforts into this. I bought a joystick specifically just to play the game. I got all everything ready. And the game was complete shit at launch. It was such a joke. I was like, I've never seen a worse fighting game launch ever in my life. Not once have I seen a fighting game launch more incomplete and more broken than I saw with Street Fighter 5. And this is supposed to be the prominent game series that started it all. The big, momentous, name-dropping series. You hear Street Fighter, that's a fighting game, bro. And then it's the worst one. Like, that was just pathetic. In reality, I firmly believe that's why Ono lost his job. That's got to be why. If you look at all his other failures, he had a ton, but that's got to be the biggest one. Like, how do you fuck up the most notable fighting game series of all time and not know it was going to be so fucked up at launch? You have to be an idiot. Anyway, I got another tip here. I got a $10 tip from Pug. Who's your favorite Street Fighter character? you know, of all time, probably Blanca, because he is the weirdo character that doesn't look like a normal human. I mean, not to say that an Indian man who can stretch his limbs is a normal human, but you understand what I'm saying. Like, each character is kind of based on someone in a real culture. Blanca is a fucking green electric monster. I think that's so wild that he's in a fighting game like that. I've always liked that he's just a weird character. Thing is, Blanca's almost never good. It's a rarity. He almost sucks in every game he's ever been in. So, I definitely have enjoyed having Blanca be good in Street Fighter 6, at least for these early months. He might not be good long term, you know what I'm saying? But I am definitely enjoying him, so. Okay. Tarantula became a member for 25 months. Thank you, Tarantula. These are re-ups. The game remanded the Tarantula were re-ups, so that's why I'm not adding them as new members to the channel. By the way, the goal today, by the end of today, 540 members. I know we can hit that. That would be great if we could. Again, I said today we'll have way more people on stream than usual. It would be great to get some gifted memberships if you so choose to support the channel in that way. Thank you in advance. That would be stupendous. Okay. All right. Okay, we gotta get ready to start, or else we're gonna lose critical time here to play. All right? I'll take off the sunglasses now. Thank you all for a great podcast. I appreciate that very much. I had a good time with all of you here today, and it looks like people have voted for the fake hair hat. That's the hat you guys want today. All right. Although this does kind of trump the idea of me having the different hair, but it's fine. It looks so silly. Does anyone believe this is my real hair? Probably not. Not bad. Pretty comfortable hat, actually, all in all. So, very nice. Mark McGrath. Yeah, you're right. It is Mark McGrath hair. You're absolutely right. I'd say it's Mark McGrath, not Guy Fieri, because Guy Fieri has the blonde shit. But yeah, this is kind of like Mark McGrath's hair, I guess. Yeah. There you go. All right, guys, thank you for a great podcast. I can't get the right temperature in here either. It's either too cold or too hot. I can't get the right level. Anyway, thank you all. I hope that you guys have enjoyed the show. And thanks. You know, great news today. You know, relaxing with you guys today. I always enjoy it. I hope that you'll have a good day tomorrow. I won't be here. Whatever you do, relax, have fun, have a good one. And I'll be back on Friday with more Street Fighter fun for all of you. And of course, I'll be telling you about my day off and all the shenanigans that happen. So thanks, my friends, for a great streaming week. Thanks for watching. Thanks for chilling. See you Friday. Peace out. Okay. Let us now get ready for the Zangief. I'm going to use the restroom briefly before we begin here. But the gift of Geef will be delivered today. As I said, I would like to briefly jump into training mode and try this dash cancel that all the top Geefs are using. It's two low shorts into a low jab, or a low short into a low jab and a dash cancel. And then after that, it's another low jab into the medium punch into a combo. But I need to be sure that the cancel is easy to do. It looks like it is, but every time that I think something's easy in this game, I try to do it, and it's much tougher than it looks in the videos. So I just want to practice it a couple times, see if I can get it down. And the other thing I wanted to try was the combo you combo with level 2 super, and also the cross up with body splash I want to try a couple times. So just a few minutes in training mode, then we'll go right to the ring, okay? I received another tip, a $1.50 tip from B-Boy Cyclone. Can you explain in your terms what footsies and fundamentals are? When I see matches, I can't tell what you mean. Let me put it this way. I can't really explain it fully right now. It would take a while. You know, fundamentals are a lot of different things. Recognizing spacing, recognizing your opponent's move and being able to react to it, like how to do an anti-air properly. You know, how to zone, right? How to break throw. That's fundamental stuff. You know, footsies. Footsies entails, basically, the term footsies originated with just what it sounds like, using your foot. So it's your footwork and kicks. With old Street Fighter games, what it used to be is using your footwork to create spacing and getting in with a low kick to mix up the opponent or interrupt what they're doing. Now, in modern fighting games, footsies are very different because now there's so many things you can do from neutral in a fighting game. You know, in this game, for example, with footsies, you could just wait for the right opportunity, wait for them to whip counter hit with a kick, and then, drive cancel forward to do a big punch. So footsies are different for every game. But essentially, it's having footwork, having knowledge of how you can play the game from, say, a mid-screen perspective, being able to move in and out coolly and calmly, and knowing what's going to hit, what's not from different distances, and looking for, basically it's called fishing for a hit on your opponent. That's a key component of footsies. A lot of people don't understand that. They don't even understand what that means. All they do is they play a pattern. Oh, I know what to do. I just drive rush, press a button, press a button, press a button. Or they're near me, jab, 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 jab. That's not footsies. That's called, I know buttons have high priority and I mash them. Mashing is the opposite of footsies. Footsies would be like, I understand the game and I intentionally am doing something because I consciously understand what I'm doing and I'm trying to bait something or counter hit while everyone else is, pattern, mash. This might hit. Oh, it didn't hit. Okay, I'll try this instead. See the difference? Anyway, let's take a quick break here for restroom. I'll be right back and then we'll start. I'm not going to monetize or anything. I'm just going to basically, mute the mic and I'll be right back. Okay.
And while the Phil does that, I'm going to fast forward. He won't be away too long because it's fucking Street Fighter, you know, and he loves the fucking game.
Tools.
There we go. Just the first thing I hear when it comes back is tools.
All right, guys, are we ready?
Phil closed the door. He is very clearly closing the door there, which means Cat is home, right? There was no reason why Phil could not have taken his day off today. His day off could have been today because Cat is not working. She is home right now. So, why is he still doing firsties then? That's so weird. Oh well, fuck it, it is what it is.
Alright guys, are we ready? I hope so. Alright, let us begin. Like I said, I do want to jump briefly into training mode with Zangief, just to practice a couple quick things, and then we'll go to the ranked play. You know, last time I played Zangief, it was real close. I think I had like 45 wins and 43 losses or something crazy like that, and it was rough because if he gets in the corner, he's boned. He really is. Like, he just doesn't have tools like other characters. He's not fast. He has no true reversal. So he can't really get out of pressure situations. It's tough. Even watching the top players play with him, they're having issues. So, you know, I can only do so much, but I'm going to try to learn and do good today. And hopefully, you know, one key thing is, I mean, spinning pile driver is very good, but it's definitely not an end-all be-all, and they don't use it as much in top-level play. They do use it, but they're not using it all the time. A lot of times I'm trying to use it a lot, and people just neutral jump right out of it. So what I need to do is not do it as much and wait for them to try to, like, jump out of it and then punish when they jump out of it, or at least just block, you see? Good afternoon, Go Team Venture. How's Jasper? JD's good. We just saw him. He was meowing up a storm in the hallway. He was talking quite a lot today. We're talking to Kitty today for some reason. Footing ground. All right. Training room. You know what? I kind of wanted to use the regular Zenith outfit today, but I only have 2 colors. Sure thing. What's for dinner tonight? My wife is making homemade orange chicken. Should be interesting. Alright, ready? I'm going to record a little bit. Alright, guys, so today I'm going to be using...
Oh, he's actually recording. Sometimes he records us, but sometimes he doesn't. But right now he's recording. So, sadly, I sent the bingo. We were 5 away from our full house. Phil's now recording. Is actually fucking recording his training mode shite. So, there we fucking go. So yeah, sadly we couldn't end on a fucking full house. We're 5 away. Phil did not say shocked, necessarily, detractor or trolls. He didn't fucking do hand graphs. And he didn't show a clear example of YouTuber jealousy either. He showed examples of, you know, Street Fighter jealousy. He's fucking jealous of fucking other people being better than him, but nah. That wasn't YouTuber jealousy. But it is what it is. So, no full house for us today, but it is what it is. Phil's also going to be fucking happy because he's going to have over $100 to fucking go towards his precious fucking day off. And yeah, I'm going to end how it all end. I'm going to end by checking out the otters, if I can fucking see any. Where the fuck are they all gone? Not a single otter is visible on the fucking screen right now. So much for ending on some sort of nice wee note where I can check out the fucking otters. The fucking bastards have vanished. There's one there, fucking finally. Jesus Christ, man. We demanded the otters. The one's like, fine, I fucking saw across the fucking screen. Jesus. But yeah, guys, thank you very much for joining us on DSP Bingo Antics. You know, I'm going to wrap things up now. Guys, enjoy your day off tomorrow. You know, Phil's off tomorrow. I'm not streaming tomorrow either, not you know what I mean, because you know, there's no reason to. But yeah, make sure you check out also other detractors. I'll be doing stuff tomorrow. That being said, for example, we'll have their usual kind of show, I'm sure, and that'll be worth checking off. So yeah, I'll be back on Friday for some more antics. You know, some more bingo antics, and hopefully we can kick off Phil's return from his precious day off with a full house bingo. But until then, guys, hope you have a good one. I'm going to end how it always ends by playing Notorious PIG contributions made by the excellently talented Pixar Animation. So guys, enjoy this here Wednesday, enjoy your Thursday as well. Catch you on Friday. Until then, have a good one and peace out.
On September 14th, a pre-authorized payment of $16.51 from PayPal.
All right, Luna Mills has tipped me $1.30. It says, "I'm back. What's your favorite type of shower?" When you're showered in money. When you go outside, all of a sudden, greenbacks start falling from the sky, and you raise your face up. You're like, oh, you start dancing. You go, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. All right, I don't know what the hell you're talking about, but thank you for the first tip of the day. Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, 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 yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. These contributions are mandatory. Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, 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 yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. These contributions are mandatory. Show me the money. Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, 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 gone, just gone like that in an instant.